everyone, and welcome to D&D with Kristi. We are playing Waterdeep, or Dragon Heist Waterdeep, but we're also now blending in a little of Acquisitions Incorporated, the Ori, I have some weird name I've never heard of before, of the Wanderer as well. And joining me as ever are our heroes, our adventurers. Would people like to introduce themselves and their character? So why don't we start with Jelly?
My name is I am playing.
I say the American way of Jelly.
Yeah, I've gotten used to it at this point. But yeah, I'm playing Clue, Tiefling Rogue, Detective. Being red makes him go faster.
Kelsey.
I'm Kelsey. I'm playing Mara, who may or may not also be possessed by some kind of thing. I'm also a monk.
And a monk who likes to kick ass. Alhana.
No, she doesn't. Mara does not like to kick ass.
But War does. War does.
Yes, but people don't know that.
Hi, I'm playing the Shaman Combat Mage, a noble with a cursed family who has a thing for undead rights, who's trying to clear the curse and regain his lands.
Yes. Your mic is a bit distant. I don't know if you want to check. I think we had that issue last time. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, I think you just have to get kind of close to it to make sure we can... It's great. You know, we hear you touching it. That we hear perfectly.
It's odd because it's a headset and it's literally right in front of my face. So...
That sounds good right there.
That's a lot better, yeah.
Yeah, wherever you have it right now. No, closer.
Here?
Yes. That's about it.
Yeah, okay.
And Fey Queen Corey.
I'm Corey, and I'm playing Hibara, the wildfire druid. That's kind of a stretch to call her a hero.
She's sort of along for the ride.
I mean, to be honest, so is Clue. He's just here. It's happening. He doesn't have a choice.
Right. So can someone give us a wrap-up of what you guys got up to last time?
So last time we tried to check out the fissure, and then turned out we didn't have the paperwork. After which we got invited to a party, murdered some scarecrows, and talked about bread.
Yes, you did. You did talk about bread.
Well, it was very good bread.
Mm-hmm. Delvar made some sort of side deal that might not be totally cool with the Bakers Guild, but maybe the Solutions Guild can find a way around that. And also you went mountain climbing, right?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, you went.
Some more successfully than others.
Yeah, you went up a mountain, managed to use that bread knowledge and some bread to get information because you had a meeting with one of the most powerful people in Waterdeep. There's a traditional role called the Black Staff. They are the sort of mage overlord. They're slightly different from the politics side of things, the open lords of Waterdeep. The Black Staff is in charge of sort of making sure Waterdeep is protected from magic and magical attacks and things. And you were, recruited to Force Grey, which the elite forces are called the Grey Hands, but you talked to Vajra Safar, who sent you on a trek up a mountain to speak to a kind of cranky monk. And you got a message from the monk, Hilam, completing your quest, although you weren't able to send the message along. And yes, got some scarecrows that you destroyed, which was helping some villagers, which was very nice. And you did a bit of investigating in the dock wards, I think.
Well, we tried to stage a reverse ambush. Unsuccessfully.
I think it's I think it's just called an ambush. If you ambush,
Well, I mean,
try to ambush you, it's still
try-
just an ambush.
Well, you
Well,
guys
it's like an ambush for an ambush. We were trying to ambush the ambushers.
Yes, it was a double
Thanks.
cross. But you did manage to do some reconnaissance
Mara
about.
met a very good boy.
Oh yes, the dog. There was a dog that appeared in the last one.
Mara met a dog.
Yes, and I think when last we left you, you were all at the bar after a very hard day of adventuring all over, inside and outside of the areas of Waterdeep, and had gone to sleep. I think most people were staying at the tavern, except maybe Thelvar, who had gone home. Or did Thelvar stay? What was the...
I think Thelvar went home.
Okay. Right. So you all get a restful night's sleep, and then it is the morning time. So, yes, maybe start with Thelvar, since you are farther away from, you're not with your party members. What do you get up to in the morning?
It's the usual stuff. Get up, freshen up, make sure all spells are learned and memorized. Not that he has a lot at the moment. He will then head across the street, get some pastries, and head to the inn to meet everyone else with breakfast pastries.
Ooh, very nice. Right, so yes, Thelvar arrives. As you do, Thelvar, you
Oh, wait.
see... Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Bara was waiting for Thelvar. She's up on her little balcony area
Oh, okay.
out on the front, and she's waiting for him to come by, and she's going to jump down when he starts to get close by.
Oh, okay. Do you want to go ahead and
So-
make an athletics check for me?
Yeah.
It's still early in the morning. You're not quite awake. It's a slightly embarrassing landing, but you don't twist an ankle or anything.
That's fine. Thelvar, did you find it?
Find what? Oh, you mean
The
the cat?
deer. Did you
The-
find the deer thing in your house?
Dear, no, I did not. I can find nothing out about a deer.
It might be hiding.
Okay.
I think we should flush it out of hiding.
If you think that is best. Pastry?
No, thank you.
Fair enough. More for everyone else.
So as you make your way, to the front door, you see the two half-elves who've been turning up to your business as part of your contract. The people, your two, what do you call it? Not unskilled workers. I don't like, but whatever. But people who help out. One of them is slightly taller, with red hair and a top knot and a beard. The other one is slightly shorter, with browner hair with some gray in it, without a beard. You know them as Bob and Bob. They approach the front door with you. Taller Bob says, "Hi." Shorter Bob says, "Oi, oi." They wait for you to kind of let them in to your tavern.
Greetings, Bob. Bob, how are you this fine day? Thelvar says, unlocking the door and heading in.
Oh, well, hopefully it'll start cleaner than it, and cleaner than it starts. Today we're doing the windows. Inside, outside, upstairs.
Jolly good, jolly good.
Shorter Bob just goes, "Oi, oi," as you go in. All right, so for those of you who stayed indoors, where are you now in the morning time?
Chloe is gonna start by making some coffee for Mara so she doesn't need to drink it out of a bucket.
Very nice. So the four of you are on the first floor. Bob and Bob get to work, and they've got buckets with them, cloths. Looks like some sort of vinegar or ammonia kind of product to get the dust off the windows and whatnot. And they kind of busy themselves in the back of the room. Do you guys want to talk a little bit? I know that there were some threads left undone from your tasks last time.
Delver. Hibara, how did you get outside, Hibara?
I walked.
She used the quick way down, and she was insistent about asking me about the deer. It means absolutely nothing to me. Did my mother mention anything about a deer to you, Clue?
Not directly, no. Have never directly mentioned deer?
No. I have no
Clue is my best
if you want.
friend.
Oh, there's too much crosstalk. I didn't get any of that.
Yeah.
I was just singing a song about how Clue is her best friend.
Mara's happy because she has actual coffee.
Yeah, Silva's just Clue's just going to tell her. I mean, if you want me to check something out, I mean, if we have some time, I am rather observant.
Yes, that sounds good. I'm sure we'll squeeze it in somewhere between delivering our report to Force Grey and heading to the fissure.
By the way, does Clue did a religion check last time? Do you remember what the result of? Okay.
I remember it. That doesn't mean Clue's going to mention.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to prompt you guys in case, because I know sometimes there's a lot of information thrown. So while you guys are talking, the two Bobs had left the front doors open to the tavern. It's a very nice sunny day out. It's, again, autumn time, and so the sun is rising a little bit later. But by now, it's sort of about 15 minutes or so after 8 o'clock in the morning. It's warm enough to kind of get a nice breeze going. And as you all are talking, there is a shadow that fills the doorway and the length of it. As you all look up, or those of you who are in the front room anyway, you see a very tall, very impressive, stunningly beautiful, actually, creature, elven, very thin, sort of like lit by the sunlight behind them. And they knock on the door and say, "Excuse me, is this the PT, the party to be, party name to come, PNTC company?"
PN2C, yes, that is us. Come in.
Oh, thank you very much. Yes, I'm Phaedra Genlin, but please call me Jarvis. Everybody does. I've been sent to be your major domo from the Solutions Guild.
Ah, yes. Pleased to meet you.
And they sort of glide across the room with the grace of like a ballet dancer. As you look at them, they have impossibly white hair. It's not just sort of like when people go gray. It almost looks like, it's very white. And their skin, they aren't Caucasian. Their skin looks almost like it's been drained of blood, kind of pale. But their eyes are very like brown dark and very intently looking at each of you. And they hold out their hand and say, "Oh, you must be Thelvar. It's lovely to meet you."
Yes, indeed I am. And lovely to meet you too.
Their grip is strong, but not overly firm. They're not here to make a point or anything, but they also aren't sort of like not doing anything in reciprocation. They're sort of meeting the energy you give them in the grip of the handshake back to you. They move over to Hibara and says, "Oh, you must be Hibara," and they offer you their hand.
She takes their hand and replies in Elven, "Nice to meet you, cousin."
Always good to see a friendly, a family face. They reply. Jarvis replies back in Elvish to you as well. Jarvis moves over to Clue and offers their hand.
Hey, nice to meet you.
And they
Also,
sort of-
slide in a cup of coffee.
Oh, wow. This is perfect. I'm very much going to enjoy working for all of you. And looks across the bar where Mara is just making love to a cup of coffee. Says, Mara, it's wonderful to meet you. And they offer you their hand.
No. Doesn't even shake it, just kind of goes, meh.
And they just give you a slight nod. And as Jarvis says, I'm sorry, I must apologize. I meant to be here earlier, but unfortunately I was stopped by a rather gruesome sight on the city here in the North Ward. I don't know if anyone else heard of the news yet, but I was walking through the streets. They cordoned it off, blocked it off. And it seems that there was some sort of murder. Now, the police weren't so interested in talking about it, but, I have my ways of finding things out and looking around, seeing around the areas they try to block from public view, and I can tell you something very odd about the corpse that they had covered up in a sheet. It seemed to be missing its feet.
Very strange.
Yes, very. Well, yes.
Murder in the bathroom.
Yes, the entire, it looked like a human from the shape of it. They hadn't quite covered the head well enough. The ears were exposed. They seemed to be human ears. The length of a human and the height of one as well. But after the ankles, there was just nothing. Waterdeep, I tell you, it's a dangerous city.
Indeed.
Speaking of danger. Yes, Clue, please.
Yeah, it keeps you on your toes. Although that guy slightly less now.
Very droll, Clue.
Jarvis sort of giggles. Okay, a bit too soon, but also quite funny. Well, I was so looking forward to spending this morning with you all, organizing your vision for this place. Jarvis looks around and sort of, kind of looks at the bar area and the sort of open area that was, maybe for the restaurant or just the drinking tables, sees Bob and Bob, who are standing there slack-jawed. And when Jarvis actually meets their eyes, they both just sort of wave and get back to work, and Jarvis waves back. Unfortunately, I have to urge you on a more I have urgent business for you. It seems that, well, two things of importance that I have to tell you this morning, and instead of doing discussions of architecture and your menu plan or organizing a brewery sampling, your exploration of the fissure has turned into a search and rescue. Possibly a search and recovery. They pull out from they have a satchel similar to the one Omen Duran has, and they set it on the bar and open it up. And inside they pull out a piece of paper. And in it, it's just got some notes on it. So first of all, Jarvis says, it seems that the earthquake that hit the city 2 days ago was not a natural phenomenon. There is now good reason to believe that it was magical in nature, that there's some sort of magic went awry and caused maybe an underground explosion or some sort of massive disturbance that created the fissure. The other thing is yesterday in the morning, the city engineers, the city planners went to the site. Their first job, which was to make it secure, make sure it was, if it was going to fall down, if there was any other hazards, they secured it. And by the end of the day, 2 of the city watch were lowered down to do an initial exploration, not to clear it out as we've been hired to do, but more to see how far they could get what was going on. They've not returned. And so I know that you probably have other things to do in the city, but I am here to help you take care of whatever else you need, whatever other preparations you might want to make for exploring this underground, what appears to be some sort of tunnel, and get you on your way. So is there anything that you are planning to do this morning that I can organize for you?
I mean, we were planning on picking up some paper birds for Ibarra and talking to the black staff.
Oh, well.
Oh, I just need one.
I'm carrying 3 on me right now. If that would help. And Jarvis reaches into the inside pocket and pulls out a piece of paper. It looks like a normal piece of paper, but it's got sort of some runes on it, and also looks like it's pre-folded. It's like got creases in it, whatever else.
Is he holding it out in her general direction?
Yeah, sure. Offers it.
Kind of snatches it from him, looks at it. So I just write on this, right?
Yep.
And then fold it up?
After you're done writing, if you speak the name of the person to whom you wish to send it, it will fold itself up and it will fly off.
Perfect.
Clue just
She rushes off to go write on it.
Okay.
Clue just like follows Ibarra for like, if you want me to write it so it's, legible, I wouldn't mind.
It's perfectly fine. I can do this.
Jarvis,
She's also vaguely familiar with like the spell sending. So she knows there's so she thinks she's assuming that there's going to be like a character limit on this.
okay.
So she just writes with a piece of charcoal, she just writes Scarecrow's torch. No lead on who made them. Have not found the black stag. And then she steps outside and sends it off.
Yep, Melanor Fellbranch.
While Clue is like standing beside her, can you like try and peek at what she's writing?
You can try if you want. What do you want to roll? Stealth?
I guess that's stealth, yeah.
Yep, go do a stealth check. Okay, Hibari, you want to roll perception?
I mean, sure, she...
Close one.
She's very focused on her writing.
Okay, black stag. To just try and walk away casually as if that meant nothing to him.
Jarvis has actually 2 more paper birds that they pulled out. So,
Jarvis, I must profusely apologize. I forgot to ask. What are your pronouns?
They is fine, thank you.
Ah, jolly good, jolly good.
And everyone else is here?
Pronouns again. What are pronouns?
I'll give you a lesson later, Mara. Just when we have some downtime.
We'll just call Mara Mara.
Okay, best friend.
And everyone else's?
Mine are he, him, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Clue?
He, him.
And
Standard.
Hibara, when Hibara returns?
Oh, she's already there. She's just sitting there, not really paying attention to what people are talking about.
Just off with the fairies. Right, so did anyone else have any other business? I do still have 2 paper birds if there's anything else you need to communicate or errands you need to organize that I can send these off for you.
I mean, we could just write to the black staff to message we got from the monk.
Oh, you've already had contact with the Blackstaff. Jarvis looks impressed. Like, wow, your reputation in town is growing. Oh yes, if it's the Blackstaff, you don't want to keep the lady waiting.
Indeed not. But yes, we met her yesterday and offered a position within Force Grey, which is a jolly great honor.
Excellent. Well, congratulations. Yes, that's very handy, especially for an adventuring company. It's always good to have contacts when people need a hand in an emergency. You can always negotiate a better price then.
Indeed.
So who would like... They offer the paper around. Did one of you want to write the note to the Blackstaff?
I mean, Felvar, I think you should do the honor.
Yeah, I will write a brief but polite note informing the Black Staff that we visited the monk and...
Did you want the wording again?
Yep.
Okay. So, Hilam said, "Evil's twin hides its face for now. Expect that to change before winter's end."
Mm-hmm. So Thelvar puts that down verbatim, so it's nice and clear. And we'll explain briefly at the end that we would have delivered in person, only we have an important rescue to take care of this morning.
All right.
And then step outside, speak the name, and off it flutters.
And it's gone. Each of you now have 1 renown with the Force Grey. So in your sheet somewhere, if you want to, I think there's an area that says allies and, I don't know, clubs or something. or some. But yeah, if you want to make a note, you each have now, because you've completed your mission, you've communicated it to the Blackstaff. You each have 1 renown with Force Grey, and Hibara, you have 1 renown with the Emerald Enclave. Right. Jarvis says, "Excellent. Well, is there what else is there? Do you guys have anything else to organize, prepare? If you're spelunking, do you have all of your equipment? Do you have, if you're going underground, do you have torches, everything you need for exploring these underground tunnels?"
I mean, I have dark vision, so...
Okay.
Okay for some.
It's not my fault your blood is weak.
How long do you think we'll be gone?
I have no idea. All we know is that there's an opening in the ground.
Hmm.
Well, I have plenty of
I'm gonna go down into the basement.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so the other thing I can tell you is that the location of the fissure is next to Jolly's Lamp Emporium in the dock wards. Do you know where that is? And Clue, yeah, why don't you do a roll for I guess survival maybe is a good getting around the city, or history, either one. So you know, yep, you know that it's basically near. You think it's on Dock Street or thereabouts.
Okay.
So, sorry. I just realized when you said you've got dark vision, I've got to adjust your character to. Is that 60 feet? Dark vision.
Let me check.
I think it's 60
yeah,
feet.
60
that sounds
feet.
about right. Okay, excellent. Well then, I encourage you all to enjoy your coffee and then go as quickly as you can. Lives may count on it.
Indeed.
Oh, and also it's very important that you pick up the paperwork from the City Watch. They'll be expecting you with the contract, and you'll need to bring that back to me for paperwork. It's endless with these things.
Very good. You said it was near a lamp emporium. Maybe they will have a belt lantern for me. Yes, I will have to pop in and find out.
All right, very good.
To be honest, I mean, I have a lantern you could borrow if you really need one.
Is it a belt lantern or is it a handheld one?
It's a hooded one, so it's handheld.
I will need a belt lantern. I can't have my hands tied up in case spells need casting at all.
Correct. Well, if you don't find one there, Jarvis says, I can certainly put that on my to-do list.
Thank you very much. We will let you know when we return if I am successful or not.
Wonderful. In the meantime, is it alright if I have a look around the building? Maybe do some preliminary assessments for the Carpenters Guild, the Plumbers Guild, the Glassblowers Guild, the Fitters, Metal Fitters Guild, and the various organizations that need to be consulted in this project?
Yes, of course. And be sure to say hello to Liv. I'm sure he'll show himself at some point. That reminds me, I will have something to speak to you about. I have an idea for something to help our non-corporeal friend, but we can discuss that later.
All right, very good. Yes, Omen mentioned that you have a most spirited assistant or barkeep here in your tavern.
Indeed we do. And he has a few challenges, and I aim to help him out as much as I can.
I look forward to meeting Liv. Maybe he'll show himself, and I'm sure we'll become fast friends.
Indeed.
All right. Well, yes, you guys get off and, don't die.
Thank you. Shall we be off then?
Come on, guys, into the hole. Or to the hole, at the very least.
Yay.
All
At
right.
least I'm awake.
Yes. You head down from the north ward, and I take it you go just sort of straight down the main road. And Clue, you know that the dock street is right at the bottom. It's almost at the docks, hence the name. So it takes you a little while to get over there, but...
Are we stopping at Thilvar's place?
Oh, are you?
I don't think so, because, the rescue is of utmost importance.
I was just wondering.
Yeah, probably.
So anyway, let's go.
Yeah, deal with fissure first. Check Talvar's place for stuff later.
Right, so yes, you head down. You get to Dock Street, and as you approach, you see the area has been cordoned off a little bit farther down the road, but you do see that there is a sign for Jolly's Lamp Emporium. So Jolly's Lamp Emporium is an unassuming, ramshackle shop in the midst of otherwise unassuming, ramshackled shops, including a collapsed warehouse next door. People in nearby shops and apartments peer warily through their shutters as you approach, and next to the warehouse there are 3 members of the Waterdeep City Watch standing guard. No one else is in the street except a seemingly inebriated half-elf who is stumbling toward you. So
How is he stumbling towards us?
Drunkenly. So you sort of turn the corner, and as you look into the street, you sort of see the sign for the Emporium. You see the warehouse, and it's been damaged. You see the city watch stood outside of the front of the damaged area, and there's a sort of this drunken half elf. He's wearing a white and blue, almost sort of like turban, and white and blue heel, sort of flowing clothes. He's got olive skin and dark eyebrows, a very thick goatee, not a very skinny one, but a very, very thick goatee. And he's stumbling towards you, and he says, hey, friends. And
not angry drunkie.
Oh, no. He looks very happy.
Towards us.
He's like, hey, can you point me home? And then whispers, the Black Staff sent me.
Oh, really?
Okay. Since when does she send drunks? Doubt right there.
I think my
Can I
house is
invite you?
in that direction. The half-elf points sort of drunkenly in no particular direction.
Can you give me a street?
Yeah. Let's see. Let's go up to Fish Gut Alley.
Okay. Can I quickly insight check this guy to see if he's actually drunk?
Sure. Go ahead.
I need to.
Yeah. So you notice that he's definitely putting on an act. He's sober and he has his wits about him, but he wants people to think he doesn't. He wants other people to think he doesn't.
Okay, let's find your home, buddy. Just like looks at the rest of the party with like a look of like play along, but don't trust this guy.
All right, so you guys move out of Dock Street toward Fish Gut Alley?
Yep.
All right, so as the four of you kind of help your drunken friend, your drunken new friend, out of the sight of the city watch and out of the sight of the very nosy neighbors on Dock Street. Once you kind of turn a couple corners, he straightens up and he says, sorry for the performance. I tried to catch you earlier, but missed you. My name is Otis Adelgrim. Sorry, Adelgrim. The Black Staff got your message this morning, and she wants to thank you all for your quick work on her assignment. Also, she's got another assignment for you. You mentioned in your note that you were doing a rescue, and she suspected you were doing the rescue of the City Watch after what we think is possibly a magical explosion. The Black Staff would like you to investigate this, not only to clear or check out whatever is underneath the city. With Undermountain, we never really know what might be coming up from the dredges underneath Waterdeep. And if there is anything dangerous, if there is anything that threatens the city, she would like you to tell her it immediately. I will be waiting in the area for you to exit back out the fissure, assuming you do, and you can report to me and I will report to her.
Will do, buddy.
Excellent.
All right, guys. Whole time. Ooh.
If you could go deal with the watch, I just want to pop into the lantern shop. I shouldn't be very long. I will meet you by the fissure.
Fine. Guess we'll get the paperwork done.
Okay, so who wants to go first? Yeah. You want to do the shop first, or do you want to do the paperwork first?
Let's do the shop first.
Okay, very good. All right. So as you approach the doorway for Jolly's Lamp Emporium, you find a rather curious building. And when you walk into the Lamp Emporium, there are all of 6 lamps for sale, all of the same brand, some of them damaged. And you also see a rather suspicious, looking at you suspiciously, male half-orc who is standing behind the counter. He's notices you come in, but he's mostly been kind of like peeking through a part in the wall where the warehouse next door created a little bit of damage, where he can kind of see the cops and what's going on there. He seems to be looking through the hole in the wall at the City Watch and notices you as you walk in and says, huh? Yeah?
Greetings, my Orcan friend. I'm here in search of a belt lantern, if you have one. I see you're a little low on stock. Presumably you had some stored in the demolished warehouse at the back. I don't know if you have any more stock lying around or anything.
His eyes sort of narrow at you and looks you up and down and says, No, we don't have any more stock.
Oh, disappointing. Never mind. It must have been a terrible fright to have the fissure open up and the earthquake here the other day.
Yeah, he sort of moves in order to kind of stand in front of you, so it's harder for you to see like farther into his shop, and said, yeah, it was is a real shock. Get it? Like shockwaves, earthquake. That was a joke.
Yes, indeed. Very, very amusing. Do you think there's at any point that you would be getting any more lanterns, particularly a belt lantern? I'm really, really in need of a belt lantern.
Say, well, I can take one of these lamps and tie a string on it, try a bit of rope, and you can, as long as you don't mind being possibly lit on fire. But otherwise, what we got is what we got.
I would rather have one designed for a belt being set on fire. I've already got a companion that's intent on doing such a thing.
You want to roll an insight check?
Yeah.
You get the sense he doesn't really know that much about lamps. You kind of get the sense that the store is not really interested in what's happening in the front of the store. It doesn't really seem to be moving a lot of product out the front door. And he doesn't really seem to know a lot about the products either.
Thelvar was getting the point. He was actually trying to keep him talking while he kind of wanders around as if he's browsing, but trying to have a look for anything particularly suspicious.
Oh.
Wrong one. That one. Which, no. Unless we can take the persuasion check, because it is the same bonus.
Well, you can. He believes you that you're looking for a lamp. But he's really not here. His customer service isn't the first thing on his mind today. And the more time you spend there, the more his body language shifts to being from annoyed to starting to be suspicious.
Oh, well, I will be off then. Thank you for your attentive service.
Good luck finding a belt lamp.
Yes, take care. I head out and immediately search out my friends.
All right. Yeah, so you meet them, and I wish I could show you this picture, but it won't let me share with the others. But what the other three have come upon is standing in the road. There's the main road, and then there's a pavement. And if you stand on the pavement, actually part of the pavement is seriously cracked. And there was what was the front of a warehouse that has completely disappeared. You could see floorboards still a little bit sticking out where the floor collapsed, and part of it that was still, there remained and attached to some sort of concrete or whatever. But even bits of the pavement of the sidewalk have started to break away and are seriously collapsed. The city has put up a tape in order to block people from crossing it and falling an unknown length, possibly to their depths. The fissure itself is basically, if you think about a well, the round well, but make it like 10 times bigger than a drinking well. It's you could get several people across it. It's a good sized hole in the ground, and you can also see the debris of the building scattered around it, around the surface of the hole where the roof and other masonry had dropped down but not fallen in. And in front of that as well, you see 3 members of the City Watch standing. 2 of them look incredibly bored. The other one looks slightly more attentive, but kind of annoyed. That is, and I'll show you. I thought I could show you this picture. I'll have to pull her up in a different area. So you see an elf woman who seems to be in charge, and 2 other companions, a Fearbolg and a halfling guard who don't seem to be nearly as attentive as the elf is.
I just walk up to the elf and go, hello, we've been hired by the Solutions Guild to check out this hall over here.
Oh.
We're supposed to talk to you about the paperwork.
There you go. Yeah. I'm Captain Merrigan Truff. I've been waiting for you. I'm glad that you guys finally got here. Sorry, I wanted to have her be Southern, but she ended up being Cockney. I do. Okay, I'm Merrigan Truff. I can do my Southern accent now. And get this one right. Yeah, we've been waiting for you guys. I'm real glad to see you. I've been waiting here all morning for you. Yeah, you're here to go down the fissure and go rescue the other 2 city guards, the city watch that went down, right?
Among other things, yes.
Well, let me get the paperwork. Let me get the paperwork here. And she kind of goes behind a desk that's sort of been a makeshift desk that's been set up. And it's looking through the paperwork and it's like, what, are you guys Osgood the Ugly? Is that the paperwork I'm looking for? Any of you Osgood the Ugly?
Nope.
No, all right.
No.
Lord Pompey Fuggleshook? No? Any of you? No?
Nope.
Squinty Pip?
Sounds like a guy I know, but nope.
Squinty Pip. You guys, one of you Squinty Pip?
No.
Oh, all right. She's digging through the paperwork. Mad Hadley Flagon. One of you got to be Mad Hadley Flagon.
How many people do you have paperwork for?
They just sent me here. Wait. PN2C. PN2C?
That's
Right. She pulls out the paperwork. Right. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So, I can answer any questions that you might have before you descend into the fissure, but just to say that any injuries that you or your party sustain in the course of doing business will not be liable. The city will not be liable. By signing this, you agree to you are taking all risk onto yourselves. I'll just need you here to sign all 4 of you on the dotted line. And the conditions are you have to go through the entire areas that are you can travel through to clear out any monsters or any other non-citizens of Waterdeep that might pose a threat. And also, I see there's an addendum here, a search and rescue or a search and recovery. Are you willing to sign this right now?
Sounds good to me. Who just signs it without hesitation.
He kind of peeks around, looks at Mara.
Mara's like, do I sign it with blood?
No,
I
Ink, it's fine. Blood is a bit overdone for the city watch, you know.
Yeah, I've got a quill and ink right here. That's fine. You don't need to bleed yet. You save that for when you get down there.
You're funny.
I try. She notices that the halfling in his seat has started to fall asleep, and she very deftly kicks a leg out and kicks his chair over and knocks him out of his chair. Wake up! God dang, this is the worst. I hate being on watch. All right. Yeah. So, little lady, if you want to just sign right here to Mara.
Mara signs, but you could tell that halfway through her signature, it changes into something else.
Oh, that's a mighty interesting signature you got there. Yeah. Who's that peeking behind you? And she looks at Habara.
Hello.
Yeah, I need you all to sign. The city can't be liable for anything that happens to you.
Okay. She signs her name in Druidic.
And then Thelvar arrives at this point, back to the party.
I was just about to say that. Are we all set?
Oh, you just got to sign. You part of this PN2C?
Oh, yes. Not a problem. Takes the quill and signs his enormously large signature, same as always.
Right.
Very John Hancock style.
With a flourish. She says, now, after you all finish clearing out whatever's down there, the city surveyors will be assigned to map this area, and an engineer will also be assigned to assess the needs of the integrity of any tunnels and ensure that no further collapses are imminent. And if either of those people are injured or killed because of negligence on the part of you not clearing it out properly, you could be held liable. So just to say, it's very important that you all really make sure there's nothing left down there to hurt anybody, yeah?
Okay.
Well, that sounds fairly reasonable.
Right. Let me also, before you go down, this will be the last bit of information. I'll tell you, if you have other questions, I'm happy to answer them. But 2 members of the City Watch, Sergeant Ava Tishi, Constable Yander Boot, they went down into the fissure late in the day yesterday. They wanted to make sure nothing was dangerous going to come right out of the fissure overnight before you guys were able to come down here. Now, they disappeared into the sinkhole, and we've not seen them or heard from them since. So, if you can track those people down. Sergeant Tisha, she's a tall, strapping female human. She can kick your butt. I don't worry about her so much. I know she can handle herself. But Constable Boot, he's a skinny little guy, runty little human guy. Actually, we know him more for his cowardice than his bravery. If anything caught him off guard or tried to attack him, but the best thing he can do is run for his life. But those are the 2 people we'd really like to have you recover, save.
Yes, we will try our utmost to find them alive.
Oh, you disappeared again. You need you closer. I don't know what happened to the...
Oh, my...
Sorry. I just want to make sure I hear you.
I know. It's... Hello?
Yep. We can... It's not perfect, but... Yeah.
What is going on?
Oh, we'll figure it out. It just sounds like you're talking from inside a tin can.
Which is very weird. Am I okay now?
No, but we can
Barely.
understand you.
Now?
No. Maybe try detaching the headphones and reattaching them?
It's built in, so it doesn't come off.
Okay.
Do you have a little volume control thingy? Like a dial or a switch on them?
and now they're gone.
Now we've lost it completely.
No! Come back.
No.
Alright, while we wait, for Alhana, I think they'll sort it out.
Silver is falling off fell into the fissure.
Yeah. Woo! Y'all have any questions for us before you head down?
How do we get into the hole? Is there already something set up? Do we have to rappel ourselves down?
Yeah. There's a rope that the constable and the sergeant used. You can go ahead and let yourselves down on that rope too.
Sounds good. So, you don't know too much about how far the hole reaches, I assume?
We know that it seems to have opened up into a series of tunnels. Now, we don't really know where all the tunnels go. Again, they were going down there to have a look, and they haven't come back. But from what we can tell, hey!
Okay, can you hear me now?
So much better.
Perfect.
Yay!
Yeah. So from what we can see, is there's a tunnel and it goes off in a couple, goes off at least in 2 directions, but beyond that, we don't know what else is down there.
Well, I'm sure we will find out in due time.
Well, we'll be here. We'll be watching the We'll be sat on guard watching this fissure until it's time, until y'all come back. So, please don't die down there. I'll be here forever.
We will try our best.
All right. So yes, they open the Captain Truff opens up the sort of pulls aside the tape and allows you to go into the cordoned off area. And as I said, what you see is a massive sort of drop in the ground, and you can see on one side that a very typical hempen rope has been secured to part of the building that apparently is still stable, and it's stood there. As you guys go under the tape, the captain says, "Now, this whole building here, all of these remnants and stuff, they've been secured by the city engineers. They've been declared safe. But if you go setting off any fireballs or any other things that are going to shake the ground underneath there, it might have some ripple effects. So just kind of be careful whatever spells y'all decide to use in the tunnels, and at least in this first part of it. If you go deeper, it might be fine. But things are a little bit weakened by the earthquake already."
Fair enough.
Guess we're sending down the hole then.
Mm-hmm. As we make our way over to the hall, Thelvar will talk to his party in kind of hushed tones. That lantern shop, something very suspicious about it. They didn't have very many lanterns, and the shopkeep seemed rather agitated to have a customer and seemed to be spying on what was going on out here. Definitely wanted to get rid of me real sharpish. I don't know if it has anything to do with what we're doing here, but it seems like an awful coincidence.
Clue just kind of, do you think Center Xanatar?
I don't know.
I guess I can have a talk with them later. See if they're friendly.
Yes, indeed.
All right, so the four of you are in the cordoned off area now. You've had your kind of private conversation. There is a rope that descends. As you can see the sunlight from the opening, because the roof is gone, you can, if you look over the edge of the drop, you can see that it goes down, you would guess 30 or 40 feet. You can see that, the sunlight sort of lights up. What you see at the bottom looks like a bunch of probably like what looks to be stone or other masonry, and also the top of the roof on the top. So you can see that you're going to be landing on a bit of rubble and debris. That's what pretty much is straight underneath the hole.
Oh, this should be fun.
I guess we're just using the rope to go down the hole. Do we need to roll something for that?
Yes,
or is it,
yep. You guys can either do athletics or acrobatics, whichever you think is best. But, yep.
Rolled my better stat, still a 7.
Okay. All right.
My roll would have been a 0 if I tried athletics, so...
Yes. So, go ahead and Clue and Hibara. Sorry. So Clue goes down first. The rope. I don't know if it sort of slips in your hands or whatever, but about halfway down, you end up kind of losing your grip and having to grab onto it again. You slide down and burn your hands with rope burn and land quite awkwardly. Then when you land, as the first person down there, what is underneath you shifts, and you ended up just basically landing on your stomach, in a very awkward way. Go ahead and roll me a 1d6. Yeah, you take 4 points of damage. Yeah. Thalvar sees this and oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, that's a decent amount of damage for a rogue at this level.
Out. Yeah, Thalvar kind of watches Clue land less gracefully, and you sort of like take your sleeve a little bit and kind of help you make sure you can kind of rappel. And so rather than trying to climb down, you sort of rappel down the side. And managed to land. And because of where Clue had moved away the unstable ground, you land on slightly more stable ground. Mara, you're not that confident about this situation, so you're a bit timid, but you make it down. It's certainly, you're not graceful, but you don't fall in any way. Hibara. Yeah.
Who I land on?
Yeah, you land on Mara, basically. Happily.
Come on.
Yeah, she's trying to catch you. But the thing is that she sort of loses her footing as you're sliding down. You're like, ah! And you just kind of like go down. You're not really holding on right. You're not rappelling. You're just sort of like falling with a rope.
Falling.
Kind of. And you sort of like screaming the whole way down. And Mara tries to help, but as she catches you, you kind of bump into her and then bounce out of her arms and onto the very stony ground. So go ahead and roll me a 1d6. And you also take 4 points of damage. Meanwhile, you see the 3 officers from the watch are all peeking over the edge. Watching
Clue just gives them a thumbs up.
You're like, they paid money for these people? All right, now I'm going to switch your map, and you can tell me if you guys can see yourselves there when it comes up.
Yes.
Right. Yep. All right, and you can also, it's lit?
No.
Mara, you
the
can?
room is lit, yeah.
The map might be super big, so you might have to zoom out.
Yeah.
I see where it is.
There we go. Oh, God.
Okay, so I placed you stood on the debris. Now, for those of you who can't see very, I know some of you have a longer vision than others, and others of you might need to get a lantern or something up.
I mean,
I think
to have a lantern, any of you can borrow if you want to. I don't really need it.
yeah, same.
I need a... Do I have a lantern? I have a lantern already. No, I have a hunting staff, of course.
I mean, in that case, I can give you my hooded lantern and some oil.
Awesome.
Righty-dighty. Yeah, so now you're stood on the debris. As you get to now that you're at the bottom, when you look up, you can see that the sunlight is still pouring in, but now, well, partly because of the dirt that you've churned up, but you can see that the air is quite dusty. And you can also see that the ground itself has been covered in dust, but without a closer inspection, there's you can't just you're on top of this sort of rubble, which is technically difficult terrain, so it's going to take you some extra like movement to clamber your way across it to get to what you see are smoothed out stone floors. This isn't just a natural tunnel. These are obviously man-made.
Well, not gonna get anywhere laying here. So Clue just gets up. What do you guys say? Let's go up top.
Yes, lead on, my friend.
You're the one with the vision.
Mara?
As you move...
Mara?
Sorry?
Yeah, he's just going, Mara, I'm gonna need you up in front with me, because I cannot take hits.
Oh,
I
right.
need shield with me.
As you...
Fine.
Oh, sorry.
And I'm the C9 monk. Great.
Mara, do you have dark vision?
I do not, but I have Clue's lantern.
Oh, right.
Yep.
Okay. By the way, I can adjust the amount of light you see then. Let's see. I've given you 15 feet. I'll give you 30 feet for the lantern. Okay?
Okay.
You'll be able to see a bit more now,
Woo!
hopefully.
Yes, I do.
All right. So as you clamber down, you see, as you're going in that particular direction, do you want to go ahead and make a perception check or an investigation, I guess it would be, to look around for some
Definitely do
signs
not
of
mind
the two
Mhm.
city watch?
All right.
Bad rules.
Yeah, you're not kind of picking up any trail.
Yeah, shoot.
Guess we're just gonna have to walk this one out.
All right. As you move forward, you start to hear a scritching noise.
No.
And Thelvar, as you notice two sets of footprints that are very fresh in the dust. I mean, there's a little bit of dust on top of them, but you can tell that they were made in the original dust, not the ones you set. You start to hear things coming towards you. You can hear a noise of scritching and scratching. And as you get closer, you see the beady eyes of a rat. Everybody click your token and roll initiative. You got 3 really scary looking.
No.
Yes. Let me. I think I can do this.
Ah, criminy.
All right. Let me get their initiative up. Oh, by the way, I put on my digital dice. I hope that's okay with everybody. All right. Descending. Okay. Yeah. So it's on. We're on like Donkey Kong. All right. The rats are really, they're huge. They're giant rats with beady eyes. And some of them look a bit skinnier. Some of them look a bit fatter. Heavier, like they've eaten a bit better lately. And this one here is going to move up and attack Hibara. So, let me get the right. Sorry. It's going to try to get you with its bite, which is really all it can do. So, yes, does a 15 hit?
Just barely, yes.
Oh no! Okay, so it does 6 piercing damage.
Oh, Lord.
This one is going to charge Thelvar here and do a bite. 13? Don't think that hits.
Nope.
It snaps at you, but your boots are really thick, and so it only gets leather. This one here has got a choice. Who looks tastier, Mara or Clue? It decides Mara looks what's tastier, so it's going to go ahead and make an attack on you. 12 does not hit, correct, Mara?
No, it doesn't.
It also snaps at you, but you're just too deft. You dance out of the way of its bite. And that is the rat's turn. Sorry, let me go. Sorry, I thought I went first, but I'm a big fat liarhead. All right.
No. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
I was like, why are the rats going first?
I think I had. What I'd done was I had him in the wrong order, and I got so excited. So you guys, go ahead and get your attacks, and then I'll give you another turn before they go again. So you get 2 attacks on them to make up for it.
All right.
So
Mara's pissed because she got attacked for no reason. Didn't even do anything to the stupid rat.
That was just my bad. Oh, they're just hungry, and you look tasty.
Yeah. Well, she's going to take her quarter staff and beat. Not select this one. Why can't I select you? The one closest to her, the one that tried to bite her.
Right in front of her. Got it. Yep.
And hits it. Ah, shit.
6 does not hit. No.
But that's it.
Okay. Next up is Hibara.
Gonna cure herself because she's taking a lot of damage already.
Okay, you're gonna do your action to do a cure wound. Okay. So you are +7. Okay. Clue, you're up.
Well, in that case, I am just gonna go ahead and use my rapier to stab the rat that is closest to me.
Oh, that is a miss.
Then, oof.
Your rapier sort of stabs out at it, but it kind of like dodges out of the way, and you just barely miss it.
Barbara healed herself, so that's my turn.
Okay. Thilvar.
Yeah, just one moment. My network decided to go weird on me, and I'm having to reload everything.
No worries.
Because everything lost connection.
Oh, there we go.
Only everything's going exceptionally slowly at the moment.
That's all right. So yeah, Hibara sort of faces off the rat and sort of like, she was just sort of glaring at it and downs a healing potion and sort of tries to throw it at the rat, but it misses when it's empty. And Mara did a quarterstaff swing, but without, sort of like in these darkened, she's also got a lamp in one hand, so it's a lantern in one hand. It's a little bit difficult. She's used to having the ability to use her body equally, and she ends up being slightly off balance, so she also missed quite badly. She's got to get used to like holding a lantern while she fights with one hand. Still getting the hang of that.
Yep.
So, are you set yet?
No. Okay, shut down the entire tab, open up a new tab, and try again.
Do you want me to? I think I can roll for you if you want. I think I can open up your sheet if you want, and you're going to just tell me what you want to do.
Well, Thalvar was going to charge up a shocking grasp.
Okay.
And then deliver it with a sword attack.
Okay. So is that just a shocking grasp on its own, or do you do that with a rapier?
Well, the 2-hit roll is done because rather than doing a touch attack with shocking grasp, you do the melee attack with the weapon, so it takes the weapon damage and the shocking grasp damage hit.
Okay. So do you attack with the rapier, or because I guess they're blows +6 to hit, right? So it's kind of 6 to 1 and hit. So is it alright if I hit your rapier? Is it okay if I click on that for you while you pull it up?
Yep.
Okay. Whoa! Yeah. And so yeah. Then in terms of the damage, do you then roll shocking grasp to do the lightning and the piercing, or is it 1d8? That you just do separately? Sorry.
I usually roll the shocking grasp damage and the rapier damage.
Separately? Okay. Got it. Okay. So the rapier damage is 8. And your shocking grasp damage is 6, so a total of 14. And which one? You're doing the one next to you, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So Thelvar takes out his rapier, and it cracks with electricity as the shocking grasp spell infuses the metal and jabs it into the rat, whose arms and legs, well, they're little legs, I guess they don't have arms. You see it just like shudder as the electricity runs through it, and its eyes sort of bulge, and it drops to the floor slightly dazed. You can tell that it's still alive, but it's never had an enemy like this before, and it's not quite sure what to do. It looks like it's actually almost on its last breaths as we speak. All right. So then, as I said, in fairness, we'll go back up to the top. Yep, to the order. So Mara, you are up again. You get another shot.
All right. Well, Mara's gonna go ahead and go ahead and try and hit it with the quarterstaff.
Okay.
Again.
Can you get a bit closer to your mic? You sound really far away. Sorry.
You sound like I do.
I had to change.
A little bit, yeah.
Sorry about that. I had to change mics.
Oh my gosh, your mic sounds awesome now. Everyone, yeah, it's great. Cool.
Yeah, no, I had to change.
Okay.
So, and now my computer's unplugged. So Mara's going to go ahead and say screw it and try to hit the stupid rat that's closest to her with the critter staff.
All right, well that is a hit. Yes.
Stupid rat.
Oh yeah, you take a big swing out of it. You knock it for 6, as it were, and hold on. It's this thing is a little bit confused. There we go. I'm just tracking the hit points. There we go. It squeals in pain and rears up on its hind legs. It looks hurt, but it also looks kind of pissed. So, Hibara, now that you're healed, what would you like to do?
She's going to make a big old thunderclap. So, sorry, Thelvar, but you're 5 feet away from her.
Oh, no.
So, Constitution save.
Okay, the rats have to do a con save? All of them?
Just the one, just with anyone within 5 feet of her. So, just the rat in front of her and Thelvar.
All right, sorry, that was a misfire on my rat sheet. Constitution saving throw.
Yes, Constitution saving throw.
What's your? Yeah, it's a 10. Does that make it? I take it. It doesn't.
Nope. 6
right.
damage.
6 damage. All right, and that's to 2 of them, correct?
No, just
the
one in front of me. Just
and
the one,
Thelvar?
anyone within 5, and Thelvar, yeah.
All right, so you've got a big, fat, hefty rat in front of you, so it takes that sort of shock. You see the sort of like the wave of the thunderclap, sort of like shakes the fur on the rat, and it shudders in pain and then glares at you. Yeah. Right. So 8 points of damage, right?
6 points.
6 points of damage. Correct. Sorry. All right. Cool.
Yeah, it was my failed save.
Oh no. Do you want to use inspiration? You guys, you do have inspiration, remember? So.
That's true.
Use inspiration to try and dodge out the way. And failed.
Well, it was a 50-50 chance. Well, no, it's not a 50-50 chance, but yeah. Okay, so 6 points of damage.
Also, we definitely, the people up top would have heard basically just a loud explosion from that too.
Already. Yeah. And you hear the captain, "Oi, what I tell you?" No, sorry, she's Southern. What I tell y'all about making loud noises here with an earthquake damaged building? She yells down the fissure hole.
Gods, woman, are you seriously trying to kill me? I said no killing.
I think, all right, so now the rats will have their turn. By the way, Thelvar, you went really far back in the room again. I don't know what it was.
Oh, God.
All right. Oh, that's good. That's good there. Just hold. Don't move for the next 3 hours. Hold your head perfectly still. You're probably not old enough to remember TVs when they had physical antennas. But anyway, the rabbit ears. Okay. And when you turn them in a certain direction and you touch them, and the signal would get better, and people go just stand there for the next hour while I watch Price is Right or whatever they wanted to watch.
Thank you for the compliment, but I am 45 years old this year.
You don't sound 45. You sound about
Liar.
25.
You
Yeah.
are a liar. That is all lies. All lies.
Mara, you got a skinny rat who's looking hurt. He's got some wounds on his main body. And he's gonna come at you with his bite attack again because it's literally all he has. He's only got his mouth as his attack. So let me scroll this down.
I was gonna say this rat's gonna bite me, isn't it? Wait, no, aren't we just? So now are we back out of order again?
No, I thought that both you and Hibara went, and then it was because she just did the thunderclap. So now we're back in the normal.
Yeah, you just smacked that thunderclap.
All right, I'm so.
That's okay. It's my mistake because, like I said, when I ordered it initially, I was at the top because it was out of order, and I got really excited about my attack. So yeah, I wanted to play a rat all day. With its wounds, it sort of it throws its body at you, but because it's injured, its attack is off base, and it snaps at you harmlessly. It snaps at your feet harmlessly. The one next to Thelvar is going to make its bite attack. It too. You had given it quite a singeing, and it's not. You kind of get the sense that it's not quite got feeling back in its limbs, and therefore it reaches out and sort of snaps about. It completely misses you, like as if you had 3 legs. And it was it missed you. It went for a leg you didn't have. The last one is coming at Hibara with its bite attack. That doesn't hit, does it? 14? Or is that your AC?
That is my AC.
All right, so on your AC, it hits. This one is really mad at this noise. Oh, sorry, just ignore that. That noise that you just made with your thunderclap, and so it bites at you and sinks its toothy, ratty teeth right into your ankle, and gouging a bit for 6 piercing damage. Okay, those are the rat attacks.
Poor Hibara.
We're just getting infected by rats. Jesus Christ.
It is now Clue's turn.
I'm gonna try and stab the rat that's in front of Mara.
Okay.
12.
That is its AC. It's right on its AC. So go ahead and roll for damage.
I do. Good roll. 14 damage.
Ooh.
How do you want to do it?
Seeing this rat just kind of fail as attacking Mara, he's just gonna wait for it to rear up and try to bite her, and then just from below, just try and stab it in the heart.
Oh yes, as the blade sinks in, the creature just sort of looks in shock, not expecting this attack at all, and just flops. It's now you just got a dead rat on your rapier. It's just hanging there like dead weight.
Just casually just pushes it off, and then I'm gonna use for my bonus action, healing word on Thelvar.
All right.
Roll terribly, but you do get 4 health.
Oh, thank you.
And speaking of Thelvar.
Yep, Thelvar's going to charge up another shocking grasp.
Oh.
Ooh.
Shame that isn't the attack roll.
Yeah, go ahead and you critted, so go ahead and roll for your damage.
Yeah, because as you said before, same attack roll for both. So the
11.
that crits and the damage from the rapier.
How do you want to do it?
Basically, I skewer the rat. The shocking grasp charge surges through the blade, and the rat just literally explodes.
All right, there are rat guts now on Thelvar, on Mara, on the wall, and on the floor. And yeah.
Weren't we explicitly told to not explode things?
It's only a small explosion, unlike Habara's.
I'm covered in rat guts, so I'm not happy about this at all.
All right. Yes. So then we're at the top of the order. Mara, you've got your movement and you've got an attack. So you can go ahead and you could actually, if you wanted to, you could flank.
All right.
Hibara.
So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to flank Hibara. I can get there. Yes, I can. And
actually,
then,
you would need to be there.
there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can
so
get there.
So the rule in
Right.
flanking is you have to have like a line that runs through the enemy. So it could be east-west or northeast-southeast or whatever. But as long as it's so the idea is it's distracted and you're coming up from behind and attacking it.
Okay. That's okay.
It's kind of an
So
obscure rule, so I just thought
So
And you get a +2 on your attack now because you
Woo.
have a flanking advantage.
all right. Well, let's see. What do I want to do? All right. So we're gonna go ahead and do flurry of strike that. I'm gonna go ahead and do my. Let's do. We're gonna do the quarterstaff again.
Okay.
Oh,
Nice. Yeah, go ahead and roll for your damage. All right. So that is 13, correct?
+2.
Well, the 2 is the
Yeah, no.
advantage to the roll.
To the
Okay.
hit, yeah.
But you totally critted it, so you didn't need that. This rat now it's still alive, but it is not looking good. It is, like I said, it's a pretty fat and meaty one. It looked like it would kind of be like an alpha rat, as it were. And so even though, you did considerable damage because it's, total of 13, right? Am I getting that? I'm doing that math right. It is. It looks like it's on its last legs. It really does. I think who's up next?
Tomorrow.
me.
Do not blow me up. Covered in rat
I make
guts,
no
don't blow me up.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
oh, rats! Rolling crits all day.
Yeah. How do you want to do this?
Just like she's kind of pissed because this stupid rat has dealt her 12 damage overall, and that's like 2/3 of her health. So basically, just like flamethrower to nothing.
So Hibara, she's like, "You stupid rat! I hate you!" And Firebolt just shoots from her hands, entering the body of the rat, which, like Thelvar's, just seems to almost explode in the force of the firebolts being so close. This time, though, when the rat sort of explodes, you see a shiny metal object go flying out of its now dead mouth, and it rattles on the floor.
Guess I'll try and investigate it.
Yep, you can go ahead and have a look. Roll investigation. It'll be a very easy roll. Yep. You see that it's a platinum ring. And in addition, when you clean off the rat guts and the smell of
Slightly
smoking.
singed rat guts.
Yes.
I mean, Glue grew up in the field war. He's used to it.
Yeah. You can actually, because of the rat guts and the smoky rat guts, I should say, it's easier to see that inside the platinum ring is a name. It says Burton Boot.
Neat. Just pockets it.
Okay. Did one
Guess
of
we
you
can
have
sell that later.
like an assessment gift from acquisition from the Solutions Guild? Trying to remember what gifts they gave you all for
I had
I
a pouch. I got a bag.
Okay, all right, okay.
Yeah,
I got
I got
3 scrolls.
the lens for the monocle, but I forgot to note down.
Oh, right, yes.
what its
It's
two
yeah, I can tell you. It's actually eyes of minute seeing or eyes of I have to look it up. I will look that up and I will let you know. Unless you guys want to talk amongst yourselves now for a little bit. Because it's in a different part of the book.
I want a shower.
Just,
Careful
I mean, I
what you
guess
wish
not really.
for. Careful what you wish for. Let's
Chloe
see.
just walks up next to Mara and just like tries to like dust off some of the guts, just like barely very helping. Just like, come on, Mara. This work gets dirty sometimes. You're gonna have to get used to that.
Yeah, so towards person.
Yeah, but she's covered in like regular, like electrified rat guts and burnt rat guts. Come on.
I mean, burnt rat's a bit overboard, but it's not like rat is that bad, all things considered.
True. It smells a little bit like chicken.
I mean, I wouldn't say chicken is the best comparison, but sure.
I mean, not that I've ever eaten rat, but maybe it smells more like pork.
Ah, right, yes.
It's got its own taste.
All right. So what you've been given, what Thelvar's been given, is it's the uncommon magic item, the Obviator's Lens, and as a bonus action, you can make it function as Eyes of Minute Seeing or as Eyes of the Eagle. And you can do this, make the decision once per day, and it will stay like that until basically dawn of the next day, and then you can change it from one to the other type of effect.
So my seeing obviously lets me see small details. Eyes of the eagle does what again?
I'd have to look it up. I don't have it. It's not in here. So you can we'd have to check. Sorry, I just have the description of what they do. I don't have the magical item description here.
It helps you see the children without any shoes.
I would imagine it's like a faraway thing, but and I don't think it's considered.
Did no one get that joke?
Sorry, I wasn't quite listening because I was looking up stuff about magical items. My apologies.
I think one person laughed at that joke. Come on, guys.
All right. Okay. Yes. So you guys are now covered with rat guts. The 3 guards are still just staring down in amazement at you. Better luck as y'all go along. Really hope to see you again.
Don't worry. We tend to be a bit famine or feast with our skills.
Yes. All right. So now that Thelvar has pointed them out, everybody can pretty well see the boot prints. One a slightly smaller boot print, the other one a slightly bigger boot print, heading north.
Come on, guys. Let's follow the trail carefully, I guess.
And of course, because you're squishy.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Now, let me. Sorry, I have to put the rats away. They're dead. And get back to what you're going to see next. So I'll describe it and then I'll move you, rather than so that you get a sense of theater of the mind, and then I'll move you on the map. All right. So as you make your way through the passages, you walk along for a while. You see that there's these are worked tunnels, and also some natural caverns, as well as you get the sense that there are functional sewers that you can kind of hear running at different points as you walk along the tunnels that is in front of you. There are some side passages, but most of them are blocked off by rubble, which means that it's easy for you to follow the 2 city watch guards because they didn't have any other choice but to kind of go forward, and so must you. And so as you walk along, eventually you come up into a chamber. It's a rectangular chamber that shows here you don't see any evidence of earthquake damage. And maybe because the room itself has been buttressed, it's got buttresses and columns supporting the walls and the ceiling. From where you're standing, you can see that there are circular holes in the floor with what, from the way that the light from your lanterns, excuse me, bounce off of them, you think are some sort of liquid. They are set in 4 places across the walls, across the floor. And as you look up around the room, you kind of have to go inside to see a little bit better, but you get the sense that the walls aren't just regular walls. There's some sort of artwork on them. So I'll go ahead now, and I'll keep you in the order that you're meant to be in. There you go. There's Clue. There you go, Mara. Zoom. Boom. Okay. So yes, this is the room that you see. So you can go ahead and move in and around the room.
Okay.
So as you approach that pool, Clue sees that it's a cloudy sort of liquid inside. You also see farther north that one is that one's a clear pool. It just seems to be it goes into darkness, but there doesn't seem to be anything in the water. But the one north of it has a sort of blue hue to it.
Interesting. Guess I'll check out the walls then.
Okay, yeah. Everyone can roll investigation on that. Did you guys roll investigation already for that? Is that okay? Okay, I'm seeing a bunch of investigation rolls. I'm getting confused.
Nine.
Nine. We're channeling the ghost of Herman Cain. Okay. So just to sum up, there are 4 pools here: 1 blue, 1 green, 1 clear, 1 cloudy. All right, that's what you guys see on the floor of water. They're all pools of water. And in the artwork along the wall, it's really bizarre. It's not anything that you've sort of seen before in your life. But what it depicts is, it looks like some sort of humanoid creature standing in front of one of the pools. Or what seems to be a pool, when they in the mosaic that they have up here. It has a clear liquid. And in the next almost panel, you see that the figure has actually gone into the pool and so the water line is above its head. And when it comes, the third panel is out of the pool, and it has a sort of almost like a light around the person. That's on the west wall. On the north wall, it's basically the same depiction, but with the blue. You see a figure standing in front of the pool. The second panel is the figure under the water line, like it had jumped in and been submerged. And then in the third panel, it has now got a blue light around it. Same for the green on the east wall, and same for the cloudy on the west wall. They all seem to depict the same images over and over. Oh, and at the end, now that you're kind of closer, you see that at the far end of the chamber, there is a double door with a very large and ornately carved lock.
Can I check if the lock is mundane or magical?
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll an investigation check.
12.
You notice that it doesn't seem to be exactly like an ordinary lock that you've seen, but there's nothing, you aren't able to make out. There's scratchings on it, but you can't quite tell what those scratchings mean. You would, I mean, you can try to roll Arcana if you want, but you do it at disadvantage because at this point you're not really able to tell what it is.
Okay, guess I can try that. Maybe if the rolls are with me. They are not. Well, guys.
You can ask other people for help.
I mean, just gonna go up to Zelma like, I can try picking this lock, but if it's magical, that might really not work out.
Let me have a look. Oh, bollocks.
You also see that there are some scratchings in there, but they aren't necessary. They aren't recognizable to you, but they're not any language that you recognize.
Okey-dokey.
Is the lock a part of the doors, or is it like doors and then a lock on it, like a padlock?
There is the lock is sort of built into the door. It's not hanging out separately from it. It seems to be part of the device.
I mean, if you guys have no other idea, guess I'm just gonna try and pick the lock then, I guess. Yeah. Thieves' tools.
Yep, go ahead.
What should I roll for that? Can't roll my thieves' tools.
Yeah, if you click on your thieves tools, you should be able to roll that.
No, I think the problem it's a tool, so I can't roll them directly, I think.
Oh, can't you? I thought I've seen people roll tools.
Maybe just...
Yeah, you should be able to.
I don't think... for some reason it says proficiency question mark. Yeah, okay.
All right. Yes, you are very lucky. You are able to unlock the door.
Nice. Well, guess that works. Let's go, guys.
Well done, Clue.
Are you going to leave this area?
Yep. But through the door.
Okay. All right. The next stage is... Okay. All right. So you go through another passage, and you come to an area where the passage runs east. It widens to 30 feet, and that widening of 30 feet lasts for the next 90 feet. So you end up in a room that's kind of like 30 by 90. At the far end of the chamber narrows to 10 feet again, and with an ornate double door sealing it off. So I'll go ahead and move you guys. Why did you move yourself?
Yeah, I was on top of the token the moment I haven't. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Is Mara just out? I was like, wait, no. Why is Mara not moved yet? Oh, there we go.
Guess I'll just investigate a room in general then, I guess.
Okay, go ahead and roll an investigation.
18.
There you go.
Let me see.
Oh, yay.
Okay, so you notice that the floor in this area shows signs of charring, and that charring obscures some runes. Oh, did you guys step there? Did Hibara? Did you moved into that area? And Mara, you also moved into that area?
Yes.
Okay, you guys all need, both of you need to do, oh, actually, there's no roll. A trap triggers if you enter that area. Each of you, can you roll 1d4? Okay, and Mara? So as Mara and Hibara step into the area, Thelvar, you're not there. You're farther back. You're okay. It's just in that space where they are right now. A wall of magical fire shoots up from the floor in a 10-foot space filling the room. Clue, you're sort of knocked back by it, but you don't actually get any experience of any effects. And this magical fire just shoots up and singes both of you for 3 fire damage.
How you doing there, Habara?
You've got some healing, right? Fix yourself up.
Yeah, very
Anyone need a
much.
potion?
Guess Clue is carefully walking forward. Well, is the fire still there?
No,
or is the
and then
fire-
once it flames up, it's just like a sort of whoosh, and
Okay.
then it disappears, and then it's
Okay,
gone
guess
again.
Clue's gonna like remove the soot so he can actually look at the runes and maybe get some information.
Okay, go ahead, and you want to roll Arcana for me?
19.
And both of you realize that if you'd read the runes, it basically says it's a evocation that it's going to basically like do something in this area if anyone steps in it.
Okay, guess Clue's gonna walk forward
Yeah,
very
you're fine.
carefully,
You're fine.
checking for any more runes or any other signs of traps.
Okay, go ahead and roll me another perception, or I'm sorry, investigation or perception, whichever you prefer.
Ooh, crit.
Very nice. Okay, so you see that this is also standing in front of you. Did you move forward onto it? Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, well, as you step onto it, going, hey guys, there's a trap right here. There's a trap right here. The trap opens, and you go ahead and you fall about 10 feet into a pit. So can you roll a d6 for me? Yeah, you land
Six.
really hard on your tailbone. Ouch, you take 6 bludgeoning damage.
I really need to learn to walk through this room slowly.
Salva will walk to the edge of the pit, take the rope out of his pack and lower it down to help Clue get out of the pit.
Okay, so as you're down there, the water, it actually begins filling up with water. And there are small glowing things that flow in with the water. They rush up to you, and they start attaching themselves to any part of you that is your skin is exposed in the water. So while you're waiting for Thelvar to lower down the rope, it's sort of filling up more and more and more. So there's like sort of more of them around you. But they don't seem to be hurting you. You don't feel any pain, but they're kind of all over you. So you can,
Trust this room.
you can go ahead as Thelvar lowers down the rope to you. You can do a athletics check.
Just check. Oh, this can go horribly wrong. Yep.
Oh, yeah, because you weren't expecting, your hands were wet and you weren't expecting it. You're kind of freaked out by all of these things on you. You go to reach up and draw and pull yourself up, but your hands slide right off and you actually submerge under the water. And so now you see that they're little fish, and they're all sort of like, they're on your face now and they're on your neck. They're sort of like covering your body. Do you want to go ahead and try again?
Can I try acrobatics instead?
Sure. Well, it says athletics, but I'll let you go. You slide down again, and you fall back down into the water. At this point, the water is getting to be about shoulder height for you.
Can I also lower my rope and he just hold on while Thelvar and I pull him out?
Yeah, you can try that if you want. And then the two of you can make a strength athletics check, with advantage. One of you can roll athletics with advantage.
Okay. Then, yeah, Bara's going to come up and help out.
Okay, 17. It's a good thing you had advantage. Yeah, you pull him out. As you're pulling him out, you notice he's got all these these glowing blue. They look like little small glowing fish. But as he comes out of the water, they start to like breathe for air and they drop off of him. So by the time that you pull Clue out of the water, he's no longer got the fish on him. But his skin looks really nice, like it's been exfoliated. You know? You know those little fish that you get at the...
Those fish.
Yeah, the ones that...
The foot spas.
You put your feet in the water and they come up and eat it, your dead skin. Yeah, that's
I
basically
could
what
really
those...
use that right now.
That's kind of what it looks like you've had done, Clue. You're just glowing. Your skin is glowing.
I was going to attempt to investigate the fish.
Yeah, so you recognize them as harmless glowing cave fish.
Chloe's just very quickly gonna cast Healing Word on himself.
Okay. Now, if you guys also want to, you can always do a short rest and roll your hit die, too. So, just a reminder, you've got that option for you as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, so you pull yourselves up, and this area where you are right now is actually like a pit. So I would recommend you guys like walk around, this area. There, I just moved you, but kind of like avoid these 4 squares. This one, this one, this one.
So, am I safe to go this way?
Okay, guys, I'm gonna investigate again and check which style of traps before we move into them. 14.
Okay. So you look for things, but in this case, you don't see anything. You don't see anything that... Oh, who put a pit there? Nice.
I did.
Nice. I like that. Yes, you don't notice anything in this area.
Okay. Guess I can walk forward. I mean, do I need to roll investigation like every time to make sure I don't run into anything?
Well, at this point, yeah, you've rolled your investigation check. There's nothing else. You can't roll twice for it. So, yeah.
So, guess the rest of the room is fine.
Okay, so you've stepped into that area? All right, everyone. Yeah. Okay. So, yep. Hebara and Clue. As you guys cross into this area, it's actually this one here. I'm going to move you back for the effect. Suddenly, runes light up on the floor. You missed them, unfortunately. And a swirling cloud of green dye just sort of like whooshes up over you. And as the dust clears away, both of you see, Hibara and Clue, roll me a d4. Okay.
All right, order.
No worries. Okay. They both look as green as the Hulk. Their skin, their clothing, their hair, except for when they had their eyes closed, their eyelashes, everything, they have been completely dyed green. Actually, now that you see them, you realize that the rats that you fought had a kind of green to them as well. And because they had actually also set off this trap. So I forgot to mention that in the whole battle thing. But yes, and you guys think, Hibara, it's going to take you, like, if you just tried to scrub it off, it would take you like a month to get all this green off of you. And Clue, you think it's going to be closer to 3 months before you're going to get all of this dye out of your skin.
God.
Maybe dive back in the pit and have the fish exfoliate for you?
I mean, I've heard worse ideas.
At least you'll have a soft landing this time.
You might have other ways of dealing with it than just, soaping water, but at the moment, you look about the same color as the Hulk.
I mean, Hibara's clothes are basically already green, so...
Yeah. I don't think you're that
probably
bothered.
look better now. Yeah.
I mean, for Clue, it's kind of clapping.
Oh, you guys really should have gone in those pools. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. I shouldn't say. Go ahead.
Checking.
I was gonna.
Traps.
Delphar's going to take out his monocle, activate Eyes of the Eagle, which gives him advantage on investigation checks.
All right.
So, checking for traps in front of us.
Yep. Okay, yes. So as you move forward, it looks like normal stone. And yes, as you move forward, you're just it looks normal to you. Everything looks fine.
Okay, for how far in front is it fine?
You don't know. You just don't see anything that looks like a rune that you've seen that have set off the other traps.
Okay, I'm just going to move forward a little more. Once moved forward a bit, I'm going to do another check.
Okay.
Investigation, where's it gone?
Yeah,
Not so good.
Everything now just looks like a stone floor.
Okay.
Yep. And you are faced with ornate double doors that are locked.
Follow that path, people. Just to be on the safe side.
Are the doors locked?
Do you want to do an investigation?
Sure.
Yeah, Thelva will investigate.
Yes, they are locked. From what you can see. You're just looking at them, right? Or are you going to go up to them? Okay. Yep, from what you can see, there is a lock on them. Yes.
Guess I get my thieves tools out again.
Okay, are you guys on top of each other? I only see two of you.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can't do that. You can't do that. You've got to pick a spot.
There.
Where's Hibara?
I was right here.
I don't see Hibara. Okay, there you go. All right. Okay, as you touch it, Hibara and Mara, suddenly the room disappears. And
What?
you, when you touch the door, you hear a whoosh noise. Behind you, Thelvar and Clue, and both Hibara and Mara are gone.
Well, ship.
Bye, guys.
It is not our room.
All right. So, you did a successful thieves' tool, and so so here's what happens. Mara and Hibara, you are standing one moment behind Thelvar and Clue, watching them do their thing, and you see them reach out for the door, and then suddenly the room just sort of spins. You feel yourselves almost like dropping on a roller coaster. Your stomach goes, and the next thing that you can have any awareness of is that you're lying on your backs on a stone slab. You also can feel, you can open your eyes, but there is bandages, so sort of something like wrapped around you. You can kind of see through the fabric, and you can see that it's layered. And you are feeling entirely paralyzed. Go ahead and each of you do a wisdom saving throw for me. All right, nice. Okay, so back to Clue and Thelvar. As you successfully open the lock, and after you touch it, the doors themselves swing open. And as they do, you can see that in the room, several slabs where there are mummies. Can you see the mummies?
Yeah, I can see them.
Okay, they're on the token layer. Great. Even as the doors are swinging open on their own, they are starting to rise and move in your general direction. Mara and Hibara, you can take your action to pull off the coverings, the bandages that are on you, but you're going to lose your turn. Everybody, click your token and roll initiative.
So if
Oh,
we
wait, sorry.
don't-
Before, wait, let me clear the list.
Hmm?
Clear the list. Okay.
So if we if we
Yep.
don't remove the bandages,
You can just lie there and let the fight happen around you. Yeah, that's fine. You can do that too.
okay. Ah, poop.
All right. Is that everybody? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Telvar still needs to. Oh, or you can give in his 16.
Did you get a 16 originally?
Yeah.
Okay, then I can put that in by hand. So. Ugh, of course it doesn't add. Why doesn't it take the number over? I don't understand that. 8. There we go. All right. Now let me do it by descending. Okay. Yes. And actually, you've clue. You have the first movement on the initiative order.
Okay, in that case, I am going to use Chill Grasp on the one over here.
Is that a range spell?
Yeah, it's Chill Touch is 120 feet, so
Okay.
yeah, range.
It's kind of deceptively named, then, isn't it?
I mean, it's a ghost hand.
Okay. That'll hit.
So I do sneak attack. Should not have rolled actually,
That's okay,
just
roll it,
7 damage. Yep.
Okay.
And it's necrotic damage, and if he is undead, which I assume he is, he has disadvantage on attacks against me.
Okay. All right. Let me see his immunities and conditional. No, he's yep. All right. So he's now got disadvantage on his attacks, correct? For one round.
Again, attacks against me for 1 round.
For you.
Anybody else? Fine.
Okay. All right. So let me do some math here. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So you see immediately with like cat-like reflexes, Clue throws up his hand, and from it a sort of like an arc of ice flies through the air, hitting the mummy right in the middle of its chest, and you see sort of crystals form in its chest, and it just goes.
Yeah, actually, Chill Touch is more like a ghost hand that grabs things.
Oh, okay. Well, see, I was like chill. Okay, all right. So ghosty hand goes and punches it in the chest.
Notoriously deceptively named.
Yeah, it doesn't touch and it's not cold. What the fuck? This branding for the spell is shit.
I mean, it's supposed to be like a chill running down your spine because like a ghost touches you kind of thing, but yeah.
All right, well.
Kind of when you hit Chill Touch, you expect like ice punch.
All right, excellent. Then, yes, you get a sort of like a thunk into the mummy's middle of its chest as it sort of like stumbles back a little bit as it takes damage. But it still sort of looks like it's ready to shuffle forward toward you. Delvar.
Okay, Thalvar is going to ice knife this one here.
Okay.
So, where's it gone? Summon, yep.
All right, yes. Go ahead and roll your damage. Oh, no, it has to do a dex save, right? Okay.
Okay, so it takes 7 damage, and then both that one and that one have to make a DC 14 dex save or take the 10.
Okay, I see. So the first one that got hit takes 10 automatically, right?
It takes the 7.
Or takes a 7. Okay. Got it. And then the next, this one here and this one here? Okay, sorry, I missed which ones have to make a roll.
That one was my target, and
Yep.
it's anything within 5 foot. So it's
Okay.
that one and the one behind it.
Okay, so the one behind it will go ahead and do a dexterity saving. They're not that good at dex because they're mummies. Nope, it missed. It failed its save, so it takes the 10 as well, correct? Or 7 as well?
Yep.
Okay.
No, it takes the 10.
Okay, it's a very complicated spell, yours.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, to explain the spell,
Uh-huh.
you throw the shard of ice, which does the physical damage, so that's the 7. And then once it hits, it then explodes, dealing the AoE
Yes.
damage, which is the cold damage.
Got it. Okay, yes. So, yes, you've got the shards where the air freezes as your spell crosses the room and hits the first mummy, and then explodes as ice shards go flying out and catches the other mummy for an additional damage. Got it. All right. It is now the mummy's turn. Or sorry, the zombies. They're not mummies, they're zombies. They are going to go ahead and move up because these two are still lying, they think, paralyzed on the floor. But because they're pretty stupid, they just like crowd in. So you're only going to get 2 attacks. And the one that's going to be attacking you, Clue, has disadvantage on you. Because you... Yeah, so it's got a slam attack. It's just going to sort of run up, not run up again because it's a zombie. But it's going to sort of try to push itself into you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and you definitely move out of the way. It does not get anywhere near you. I mean, it's a good thing zombies are pretty easy to read in terms of their attacks because they're pretty slow. The other one is going to attack Thelvar. I thought yep, just a little bit delayed. And it's not popping up for me. I take it a 12 does not hit.
No, it doesn't.
Nope. And so again, it's basically like every zombie movie you've ever seen when it's just 1 or 2 zombies. It's pretty easy for you to take care of them right now. The other 2 will, again, because they're zombies and they're dumb, they're just going to kind of like crowd around and go, right. Hibara and Mara, you're still, for this round, pulling off the bandages. And so we're back up to Clue.
In that case...
Oh, wait. With these bandages, we can't move, right?
You were paralyzed when you initially were there, but you did a wisdom saving throw to shake off the effects of being magically transported and wrapped up like a mummy. So you were able to move again, but now you have the bandages. It says zombies, but you're wrapped up like mummies. It's a little bit confusing. So all of these bandages are covering you. You're bound up, so you need to kind of like use your turn to break out of them. It doesn't require that much strength, but it means that you can't sort of immediately leap into battle.
I was just wondering because just making sure I'm not paralyzed.
No, you guys both made your wisdom savings throw. Yeah.
Okay, good. So she's just laying there. She's just laying there, and instead of like trying to get rid of these bandages and use a turn, she's gonna have her little elemental appear right beside her.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Because that's a verbal and somatic, is it?
Nope. It's just the same as wild shape.
Oh, okay.
It uses the wild shape. It's just
as a bonus action.
the thing you do. Yeah. Well, it costs an action, but yeah. So she's gonna put it right here, if you would.
Oh yes, I have to go and get the artwork. Sorry. Let me just find that.
And so glad they are zombies and not mummies, because 4 mummies against a party of level 2s would have
we'd be dead.
It's for me. It's because you're all wrapped up, and they were wrapped up as if they were. So if they were technically zombies, but they look like mummies. It's all very complicated. Let me go ahead and give you I'll give you control over it, so you can move it where you want.
Aha. All right. So he's gonna pop up right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're 10 feet away. Okay. Gonna pop up right there.
Okay.
Think. Double check that it is. It is And I'm pretty sure it's within 10 feet. I don't want to burst. I don't want to catch Mara on fire is the point.
Okay.
So
Let's not catch me on fire. I'd appreciate that.
yeah. So those everything but the farthest zombie from it needs to make a dex save.
Okay, 3 of them. Okay, coming up. The first one. Oh, looks like he made his. Oh my god, they're for some reason doing super well on their dex saves.
It would be all of them.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do 4.
Yep, just add one more.
Technically, you're in the radius as well, but presumably
Doesn't hurt
you're
me.
Immune
Yes, I am
That's what I was
immune to
gonna
it.
All right, so let's say the ones closest to you. Go ahead and take these 2 on the bottom. Fail. The ones at the top make their saves.
11 fire damage.
Okay. Oh yes, you've singed them badly, very very badly. They are, excuse me. They are basically starting to look like just shuffling corpses at this point.
And of course, when Grizzle appears, shakes its little arms, goes "Sha!" as it,
Oh God!
explodes.
Fire might not affect you, but what about the old musty bandages that you're wrapped up in? Surely they're combustible.
I mean, that's Kristi's call.
If you want to do go ahead and do your own dex save. You can go with advantage, because like I said, you've got fire resistance. So
Yeah, because you're resistant to the damage. Because, I'm thinking you're resistant to the damage. It could catch the bandage on fire, and that frees you from your captivity.
yeah, you can willingly not make your saving throw just to have the bandages burn off of you if you want.
Well, I mean, the ability is that it, I could put it right next to me, but I don't get burned.
Right, but if it is sending out fire, that's its attack.
No, that's the ability. You summon the elemental, and within 10 feet of wherever the elemental is summoned, fire. But that fire doesn't affect me.
Right, but it could affect the bandages.
I mean, if you want.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to willingly fail the save, you can just let the bandages start on fire because it won't damage you at all. And that way you don't have to take them off in another round. Otherwise, you'll be lying there bound in the next round as well. It's up to you. What would she do?
Okay, yeah. I mean, if the bandages catch on fire, and I won't be harmed by the fire, yeah, let's do that. That's just more funny that way.
Suddenly, one of the bound bodies just lights up on fire as well. And Ibarra's like, "This is fine. This is fine.
This is fine. It's perfectly still. This is exactly what I wanted."
Luke just sees the mummy catch on fire. Oh, hey, Bara. That's how you went.
All right. And yeah, Mara, you're using your turn. Are you pulling off your bandages, or are you just going to let the fight happen around you?
I'm really tempted to just let the fight happen around me. I mean, Habara is slowly catching fire. Fuck it. Habara's like, you know what? I'm taking a break. I'm done. Wake me when September ends.
I already got that song reference. All right, so next up,
you're 1 for 2.
well, last time I was looking up a magical item, so I wasn't quite paying attention. But Clue, you're up next, and then Mara, you'll be able to be freed in the next. If you decide you want to join the fight, you'll be free in the next round.
Thank you.
I am gonna stab the guy in front of me.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that's going to be a hit.
And 12 is also next to them. Sneak attack. 11 damage.
All right. Yeah. So this is the first time this one's been hit.
No, that's. Oh, isn't that the same one that I?
Oh, sorry.
hit with
I'm
my
sorry.
two-
You're right. I was looking at the one that the Thalvar was fighting. You're right. You're the one at the bottom. Yeah. How do you want to do it? Sorry, I got my zombies wrong.
Yeah, after just seeing this guy just shamble towards him, just as he like tries to hit him, Clue's just gonna like slowly like push like his rapier like into his neck, like between like his vertebrae, and just like pop his head off.
Very good. Yeah, and he just falls to the ground in a heap. Although you notice something glint in the lantern light, or the light of the elemental fire, as it's lying on the ground, as it slumps over. Something glints under the bandages and catches your eye.
Keep that in mind for later.
Okay. Yeah. Or do you have anything else you want to do with your turn? Move or anything?
Well, since moving forward is probably just gonna be me and getting hit by more things, no.
All right, very good. Thelvar, it's your turn.
Thelvar's gonna do his shocking special. So charge up the shocking grasp
that's gonna
and hit with the rapier. So that's 2 lightning damage and 7 piercing.
And you see that it has the body of the zombie just shudders as you attack it, and you seem to sort of almost half lob off one of its arms. It is still up and fighting, but it looks pretty wounded. You did a total of 9, was it?
9, and then I get an offhand attack as well.
Go ahead.
So the
Also
rapier for another 7.
Oh, now it looks, yes. You've definitely wounded it. You sort of like cut into its other arm as well with your offhanded attack, and it looks like it's stumbling around not far. It doesn't look long for this world.
Okie dokie, and that's my turn.
Okay. So the zombies will have they only have one thing to do. They slam. And so that's all right. So this one, is going for Thelvar, and that will not hit. Of course, it's got basically no arms left, so I got no arms. I can't put my arms down. All right, so that's that one's attack. This one will step up and try to slam into Clue. Oh,
It's
with a
melee.
critical. So it's going to, that is 8 bludgeoning. Just rams into you with what's probably its last attack on this earth. And the other one in the back can't get to you. It just sort of goes as it stands there.
It's not gonna try and attack the ball of fire.
It's not that
ball
stupid.
of fire that just exploded.
It's not that stupid. It's not gonna get closer to the fire. No. All right.
Zombies plus fire equal bad.
Yes. At this point, Hibara, your bandages have burned away to the point where you can just sit up. You can move your arms freely, and if you want to get off the slab, you can.
Well, obviously she's gonna like look around, see what's going on.
Okay. Yeah, survey the battlefield.
Yeah. So there's
Hibara, how did you get there? Can you give us a hand, please?
So there's 2 zombies that look relatively okay, and then one that's like armless and
Actually,
back on death's door.
2 of them look pretty beat to crap, and the one that stood in the back looks less damaged than any of the other ones.
Okay.
The one west of you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm close to death's door, so my action. That's a lot better.
Okay.
Healing myself. And bonus action is telling Grizzle to spit at the healthy zombie.
Okay.
20 hit
That will definitely hit.
or fire damage.
Okay. It spits at it. You see that it sort of singes the head part of it, although the arms are still going. But it looks pretty bad without a head. Doesn't look dead yet. but it's definitely looking pretty
have a
beat up.
God.
Mara, you too. You are now free from your restraints. What would you like? What would you like to do?
She's staying out of this mess. No, I'll come back. Mara will get off the slab because slabs are painful on her back.
Okay.
So she's gonna get up, and then take her quarterstaff, and attempt to bat at the one in the zombie in the back.
Okay.
The one closest to her. Nope.
But she misses. Yeah, you're a little bit like getting off the slab. You take a swing, but you slide as you're swinging, and you still have the lantern. Well, I guess you don't because you were bound up. But yeah, it's just it's a kind of a whiff. You didn't have your feet set properly this time.
The zombies are laughing at me, you mean?
No, they can't laugh. They're not that. They don't have a sense of humor anymore. All right, we're back to the top of the order, so we're back to Cliff.
Oh, God.
Guess I'm going stabbing. I am going to use Favored by the Gods, because
Okay.
that will otherwise not hit.
Right.
So another 6, so that's 15 in total.
That hits. Yep.
I do 11 damage.
How do you want to do it?
Well, considering, after that last hit, he's just gonna kind of wince and like fall over and just like balance himself on his rapier for a second before like catching his footing again and just like swiping this thing's leg, and as it's falling down, just like make it land on top of his sword.
Oh wow, yeah, just sort of like the rapier goes right through it and sort of right to the hilt, and just sort of slumps over on top of his dead friend. So he too is now like lying over the one that had the glint on it that you saw. All right, Thelvar. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you have anything else, Clue, that you wanted to do? Movement or anything?
Nope.
Okay.
Fine with these zombies attacking other people.
Yeah, Thelvar's gonna just do the old faithful of charging up a shocking grasp and then delivering the hit with the rapier,
Okay, rapier hits.
which hits. So 8 lightning damage, 6 piercing.
How do you want to do it?
Basically, it's gonna hit like a defibrillator. So as I thrust with the rapier at the chest, it hits, discharges, and it flings the zombie backwards into its friend.
Nice. Okay, thunk. He is dead. He is dead. You got 3 dead zombies. You got this one, last one, and sorry. Please excuse me. It's sort of going to shuffle and turn and look at Mara, and it's going to go ahead and try to slam into you, Mara.
Really?
Yeah, but it only does
Leave me
2.
alone.
It only does 2 bludgeoning damage on you. And that is its turn. All right, Hibara, you are next.
Yeah, she's fine chilling on the slab still. She's gonna have Grizzle spit at it again.
Okay,
We're really going good with these attack
Yeah.
rolls.
go ahead and let me just
Another
check.
4 damage.
Let me just check. Oh yeah, so in this case, yeah, you basically like this time you've burned his kneecaps. He's now shuffling around. He looks like he's getting less and less mobile. He's still upright, but you get the sense that if you just pushed him over, like falling over might kill him at this point. Right, and the next person up is then Mara. He's right in front of you. He's looking almost dead. What would you like to do?
Let's see. Quarterstaff again.
Okay.
Hit you, motherfucking thing.
Yeah, that's a
Yay!
hit. Roll for your damage.
All right.
It's exactly the amount you needed to kill him. How would you like to do it? You would have one less. He would have had 1 hit point left.
I mean, she's down to 1 less. This is literally her minimal damage.
She basically holds the quarterstaff like a bat, whacks, and takes. Wait, does this zombie have a head, or is this the headless one?
Oh, it's got singed head. It's got because of the fire damage. Yeah.
Takes the head off, and she just is like, and it's not a swing and a miss.
Right.
Say hi to Daddy. And she waves goodbye to the head as it kind of does like a somersaulty thing through the air.
All right. So as your quarterstaff catches it in the chin, and the bones break, and the head goes flying, the body and the head go flying in one direction, and you see something sparkle fly off of under the neck. So, looks like it was sort of wearing something around its neck, and it goes skittering across the floor. All the zombies are dead.
Woohoo!
Chloe's just gonna like walk into the room, sit on
sorry. Sorry, everyone. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to. Oops. All kinds of oops. All right, my bad.
And we all teleported into a wall.
Yeah. I didn't realize I grouped you. I didn't mean to group you. Ungroup. Okay, there we go. That's better.
Lord help us all.
So, yeah, Chloe just like walks into the room, like sits on like one of the concrete slabs. You know what? Thelva, you look like you need a break. Just like wincing in pain.
Just so far.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine, but like he just looks tired.
Yes, I suppose we could take a rest. I could have sworn I saw some things fly out. I'm just going to look for them. Maybe that was another ring or something, and that...
So...
12?
I'm also going to do an investigation for the shiny thing that kind of fell off the neck.
Okay. You guys just going to investigate the room generally, or just the...
The shiny thing.
Investigate.
Okay.
40 rings.
Yeah, well, 2 shiny things. One off the last one and one off the first one that Clue killed.
Yep, so you see that both of those zombies were wearing silver necklaces. And Clue, you at an investigation of 15, I'll also let you know that you would estimate that they're worth 10 gold pieces apiece.
Nice. Worth a pretty penny. Should probably take them with us.
That's a good idea.
Are you gonna anything else you're gonna investigate but the ones that you saw?
I mean, guess while we're having our while doing the short rest, we're just generally gonna look around.
Okay. Are you gonna check the other zombie bodies?
I should do
I mean, I guess
Yeah.
something to do, right?
Okay. Each of them is also wearing the same silver necklace.
Okay.
And also, go ahead.
Yeah. So this is a great thing. Would Clue know about this being like a ritual of any like people of Waterdeep? Of like burying people with like silver necklaces or something?
No, you don't sort of recognize them as being of a member of a cult. They just seem to be decorative, more so than anything. While you're looking around, you notice that behind one of the slabs is something. It looks like a potion vial. You also find a spell scroll.
What's the spell?
Do you have to roll Arcana for that? Or can you just read those? Just give me a basic Arcana check. And just like really low. Yeah. It's a bless. It's a spell scroll of bless.
Ooh, neat.
Okay, and do you guys want to try to figure out what the potion is?
I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, tell you what, Thelvar, I think you know magic the best if you want to go ahead and do just another Arcana check for the potion. Yeah, it's a potion of healing.
Handy. fast scroll. Perhaps a bard can get best use out of that.
Mm-hmm. As a druid?
Yep.
Okay, so I see people are taking a short rest.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, I think it sucks when you get a 1. Mara, do you want to roll again?
No, I'm good.
Yeah? You've topped
Yeah.
up? Okay. And Clue, are you also going to take one of your hit dice now?
Well, I already did. I rolled.
You
a
already
Oh,
did.
okay. It's just farther up. I missed it. Okay.
Yep.
He's the reason we all decided to do it.
All right. Got it.
Kinda needed it.
All right. So after that, you guys, all sit down. I take it your elemental dude goes away after a while. He sort of hangs out by you until it's
He
time for
lasts
him
for
to
an hour.
disappear. Yeah, well, he'll hang out with you during your short rest. Help kind of light the room, save you on the lantern light. And also, down here, it smells quite musty. The zombies didn't smell that great. So kind of, you know how, like, you light a candle in a bathroom in order to, it kind of freshens the air a little bit to have him hang out and just kind of be a fire elemental at your side for the hour you guys are taking your short rest.
Living campfire.
Yes. So now the next portion of this is going to be theater of the mind. So there's no map for it. So I'm just going to leave you guys sort of where you are. And the next time I need to move you, if we get that far, depending on how long this takes, then I will. So, right. As you make your way out of the tunnel that is heading east, you see an extensive. These tunnels run on, and for quite a long ways. Now, in this area, unlike the previous area that you had been in, the side passages were all blocked off and made them unpassable. But in this case, there are possibilities of going in different directions, and things don't quite look as stable. So if this is an area where you're probably going to need to be a bit more careful as you walk forward. So yes, the first thing you guys have to do is try to. The last time you saw the footprints of the sergeant and the constable were outside the room, walking up to these doors. You're gonna do a quick survival check, somebody, to see if you can pick up the trail?
I can.
Okay.
There we go.
Yes. So Mara kind of looks at the ground, looks at the dirt, and very quickly with the lantern light, she's able to pick up the trail again. And in this case, it's a good thing you did, because you managed to follow it safely in the areas that seemed kind of damaged by the earthquake. You managed to find the way that the constable and the sergeant found their way around. It seems to have worked out, just fine, and you guys then move into an area of the trail where there's been a cave-in. You see that as Mara tracks the footprints through the dust of the destruction left behind, the rocks are on top of the footprints. And from this, she can tell that whatever cave-in this was, it happened after they passed here. It's nothing like a massive boulder that you can't move, but you are going to... You can't get around it just by clambering over it.
Mm-hmm.
So... what would you... So you're confronted with this big sort of pile of rubble.
Guess it's crowbar time then, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's try to rubble apart, hoping it doesn't collapse again.
Okay. Are you guys gonna just do individual checks, or are you going to work together to give each other advantage?
We should work together.
Yeah.
If this is athletics check, Clue's gonna make sure somebody else takes the lead.
It is an athletics check, yes.
Yeah.
Well, Silver has +5, so he can do one.
There, guys.
All right. Yes. So yeah, you pass the check. Working together, you guys are able to roll away or push away the rubble, and then you also see that there is. Go ahead and all four of you go ahead and do me either an investigation or a survival check, whichever you prefer.
22.
25?
Okay, so you notice that this area is not looking all that safe, and with your checks, all of you pass them. You end up like using some of the rocks to sort of shore up areas that look like they could collapse in again. So yeah, you're able to go through this area just fine. As you clamber over the rest of the rocks that are standing in your way, you walk for a few minutes before entering a passage. It's actually like almost like a circular room. And as you approach it, you can see vines. Vines have covered the floors, the wall, and the ceiling. So you see this before you step into the room.
To examine the vines.
Okay. Is anybody who... anyone else want to do a check?
Hope.
It'd be
I
either a
should.
nature or survival.
Let's do survival. Really? Why is my survival crap?
It's okay. You're able to... Hibara, being a druid, you recognize these quite easily. You know that these are bloodweeds. And bloodweeds will feed on creatures and try to drain their blood through its thorns. So you can't... the room is covered in them. You guys can figure out a way to get through them.
No one should touch these. Or try not to touch the vines.
Could lighting them on fire help or hinder here?
Well, I think it's a good solution.
You always think it's a good solution.
To be honest, we are in a cave. We might just choke if we light these things on fire.
The question is it a good idea? Hibara, is it a good idea to light them on fire, or is it a bad idea to light them on fire?
I don't think there's ever a time where it's a bad idea.
I hate you so much.
Okay, so it's a bad idea. You got that.
For a change, I'm on Habara's side. Lights up a firebolt and just throws it at the nearest vine.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and throw a spell at it.
We're gonna die.
Okay.
Well, at least I have fire resistance.
Okay, so as the firebolts go searing into the room, they do start off little fires, and they sort of spread through the vines. And you can see the vines themselves start to move, but rather than moving in a deliberate way, they seem to be moving in a very random way, almost as if their nervous system has been overloaded by the fire that is being burned. So as each of you now walk through the room, you have advantage, so you can roll twice, and you have to make either an athletics, an acrobatics, or a survival check to get through the room without taking damage. So, Clue, you make it. Thelvar, you make it.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
No, you have advantage. Everyone has advantage because of the fire.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Question. Are there any baby vines? Because I'm imagining this is like kudzu, but thorns.
If you want to, I would say what you can do is, if you want to, while you're going through the room, look for something, or you can do an investigation or a survival check in addition to your check to get through the room to find something if you wanted to take a cutting or something.
Exactly. So let's see. I need athletics.
Yep, you made it fine.
Nice.
Then you can do nature or survival.
Survival.
Yep. Yeah, you actually find in the corner, there's a sort of a tendril that's very green and very soft, with only the slightest hint of thorns on it.
Perfect. We're scooping that up and putting it in the bag.
Okay. Add baby bloodweed to your list.
Perfect.
Instead of getting animal companions, we just collect plants.
Yes. That's exactly what just happened there.
All right. So, as you continue, now you've got the Bloodvine room behind you. And even though there is some smoke, the room itself is quite big and the tunnels themselves run in both directions. It's, it smells a little bit smoky, but nothing is choking you and you're certainly not having a difficult time breathing. But as you come up until the next sort of opening where the tunnel widens, you see basically a large pit. And inside this pit, you see a liquid. And inside the liquid, you see various bones. Femur bones, skull bones, finger bones, rib bones, just floating in the water.
Well, straight to drowning. Guess, can I, looking at, the bottom of the pit, do I see anything moving, any shadows?
If you want to do an investigation or survival check.
Investigation. Oh, that's a 12.
Okay. Let me just check what the... Actually, the DC is 12.
Check.
So what you notice
yeah.
is that the pit doesn't actually go from all directions. I'm sorry, it doesn't cross the entire room. That there is a slight ledge at the farthest edges. That each of you can go through one at a time. Again, you can kind of do a dexterity check as well, or clue. With your 23, you notice, actually with that score, that someone has sprung a trap. The trap itself can be closed again, and you think that if you can work it correctly, you might actually be able to shut the trap and jam the door shut for the pit trap.
Guess that's what I'm going to try and do then.
Okay, so you need to do a dexterity check with your thieves' tools. Either that, or you guys can try to go across this little narrow area if you have to. Yeah, you nail it. So you're able to bring the doors of the pit trap back shut, and you're able to with you sort of use some rock that you see. There's a bit of a bone that's sort of popped up that hasn't been in the acid. You're able to grab, it's sort of like a femur bone or a leg bone, with the bumps at the top. And it was just floating up where the acid hadn't touched it. You grabbed the top of it and it was fine. It didn't burn you. So you pulled it out and you used that bone to jam the pit trap shut. And you're pretty sure if you walk on it, it won't go off.
Yep, guys, clear to go, guys. Come on. Just
Okay.
casually walks over to the top of the pit.
All right. Okay, so then you guys are now coming onto a bigger room. So I am gonna move you on the map. So you're probably gonna have to kind of pull back on the map to see, because it's going to be near the bottom where I'm gonna drop you off. The elemental will stay there. You guys are going to end up here. I'm not sure what order. You guys can put yourself in whatever walking order you wanted to be in. I'm so disappointed you didn't do the pools. I had this whole thing set up for you guys, and you just skipped them. You rolled so well on the door, and I was like, oh, I was really looking forward to the pools.
I was like, there's a puzzle here, but do we need to solve it? No.
They were you could either get a really awesome bonus or some there was a 50. It was like a plus or minus. If you did well, you got this amazing bonuses if you did them, and if you didn't do well, you took some damage. But yeah, it's all right. It's in the past now. It's gone. Let it go, Kristi. Let it go.
It's okay.
If it makes you feel any better, Hibara was slowly starting to put 2 and 2 together, and if Clue hadn't opened the door,
Yeah.
she was going to push Mara into the pit. She was dead.
Oh, that would have been amazing. It would have been amazing.
Like, that's why she moved there. That's why she moved. She was like, la, la, la.
Really? Why Mara? What has Mara done to you? Nothing. Mara has left you the bum alone.
Well, Hibara was thinking, like, maybe we all have to be the colors, and then that opens the door.
Oh, yeah.
Clue
You could
was
have
like,
been...
But then she was also like, but trying to convince these people to do that, it'd just be easier to get one into the pools and then all of them will follow.
Yeah, just do the one. Yeah, it
Clue
was like resistance to
thinking like-
poison damage, resistance to acid damage, advantage on initiative. There's all kinds of cool stuff in there. But
It would have worked out.
would any of
Yeah,
them
no.
have been gravity resistant? Because that's been the most damage to Clue up to this point.
what, bludgeoning damage? I don't think there's anything about landing on your tailbone, no. But I honestly, if you would have just pushed Mara in, that would have been so funny.
No.
Who knows? She
No, it
could
would
be
not.
like completely resistant to all acid damage until her next long rest. It could have been awesome. Who knows?
Yeah, that was the
and then
green pool, I
also-
think.
Yeah, but you know what would have also happened? I would have also had to probably be war for the rest of the thing because I would have been so angry.
Okay,
That's
so
what would have happened.
the passage that you're in expands into a natural cavern whose ceiling is obscured by thick, dusty webs. 5 webbed cocoons hang down from the larger mass, their bottoms dangling 10 feet above the cavern floor. 2 cocoons, one larger and one smaller, have a suspiciously humanoid shape.
I think we may have found our guards.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we didn't really check those zombies. Or those bones.
Or the acid pit in the trap that someone had set off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really don't want to know what turned them into cocoons, though.
I mean, probably a spider. That's how cocoons work.
Definitely giant spider.
Yeah, Clue is gonna use his short bow to like fire an arrow into the web, trying to see if he can lure something out.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and just do me an attack roll. I mean, just in case you roll a 1 or a 2 or something. And it goes. It's really hard to hit a web. It's there's a lot of. It's more space. It's like atoms. Atoms are more emptiness than matter, and webs are more space than web. So it goes harmlessly.
Maybe try that again, Clue.
Yes, I'm using another arrow for this one.
Yeah, but we know a person who will make an arrow for you.
Okay, so in this case, it gets stuck. It doesn't go through it this time. And you hear a skittering noise. But you don't see any movement in the web itself.
Nope.
I mean, Blue just like kind of looks at Hibara and just goes, "This looks like fire, right?"
Well, I
And
mean,
fire into the webs.
I mean,
Wait a second. No, we're supposed to bring people back alive, aren't we? Shit.
I mean, they said or recovery. They didn't say only rescue.
We shouldn't be asking Hibara for advice on that.
It is what was said. But yes, if someone wants to cut those 2 bodies down, I think I can take care of the web.
So
Or Hibara could.
I don't know if I shouldn't say this, but I want to remind you guys that when you walk into a room, you can do a perception check at any point.
Guess,
Just to like get a lay of the room before anything else happens. So you guys always can do. Yeah. Okay. Let me check. We've got Clue.
Mhm.
Yes. From your vantage point, you can actually start to see a very heavy mass with what you're pretty sure are spider legs just beyond where the wall here starts to. You see a kind of a something like it's not right here. The wall here is obscuring your view, but behind that, you're noticing the spidery legs, and not too maybe 10 or 15 feet behind that.
So,
So like right here,
Sorry, what?
Mhm.
Can you do it again?
like right here.
No. His line of sight. How do I do a? How do I draw a line? Do I have to like hold you and do shift? If you go straight line here, who's good at doing lines? No, is it the question?
On the toolbar, fourth one down, click that, and then just...
Yes, that's the one I need. Keep going. A little bit around there is where you start to you can see some sort of
Okay.
heavy mass.
Over there.
Yep, that's the maximum of where you think it is.
I'm pretty sure that's in bow range.
Definitely in
I mean,
spell
that's
range.
only like 85 feet. So yeah.
I'm just
Is it
gonna
90 feet for a bow? And then it's disadvantage up to 120, from 90 to 120?
trying to figure out where I can just look up shadow. It is normal up to 80 feet and disadvantage up to 320 feet.
Okay. So that was 85 feet you thought, so you would be rolling with disadvantage unless you move up at least 10 feet.
Yes, I am just gonna try and stealth to like here-ish, get
Okay,
as
yeah.
good a shot as possible.
Go ahead and give me a stealth check. Yeah, you think you're awesome. You think you're stealthy.
Okay, and 10, I'm gonna try and shoot it.
All right.
16.
You hear a sort of like screeching sort of sound, a high-pitched screeching sound, as from out of the shadows, a giant fucking spider. Where'd he go? Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Yes, imagine that, all the webs. Comes charging up. And it's giant. It's huge.
I mean, does my arrow hit?
And on a 16.
All you did was piss off the spider. That's all you did.
Yes, you went ahead. You see that it's it landed somewhere in its body, in the thorax of the spider's body.
7 piercing damage.
7 piercing damage. Okay, and you got a mad spider.
And for the remainder, he's gonna desperately hope he doesn't have 80 feet of movement.
Everybody, go ahead and click your token and click initiative. Oh wait, before you do it, sorry, let me clear. Kristi, clear the last fight before you start the next one. Okay, all set. Now try it.
Oh, come on.
We're all basically in the same initiative.
Maybe the spider rolled terribly as well.
Nope.
There we go.
All right, let me see what my movement is.
There we go.
Okay. Yep. All right, so it comes charging out, and it's got 30 feet of movement, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. It's going to go there. It sees you, Clue, because you are the first thing closest to it, and it's going to go ahead and attack you with its web. It's going to shoot out its web at you. Basically like Spider-Man. Does that hit?
Gross.
I take it that 16 hits. What's your AC?
Definitely. It's 15, so
All
16
right.
hits.
So you guys watch as Clue sneaks forward, positions himself very stealthily, pulls back his crossbow, fires off into the dark as far as you can see. Then you hear this screeching noise. Massive fucking spider comes out from behind this rock face, charges up, sort of like shows its butt, to Clue and just Spider-Man like throws wet web all over him. Clue, on your turn, you can go ahead and do a strength check to try to burst out, you rip the webbing off. But until then, you are restrained.
Okay.
All right. Next up is it only gets 1 attack per round. So yep, you can. It's Thelvar is up next.
Thelvar's gonna throw a chromatic orb at it. Not so good. Looks like that missed.
Yes, I think that's missed its AC. Yes, it's a little natural armor is tougher than that. Okay. Anything you want to do? Move or anything else before the end of your turn?
No, Thelvar's quite happy standing back here for the moment.
If it was a massive spider, I would be too. All right, Hibara, the goddess one with nature. What would you like to do?
Certainly one way to put it. Where's my grizzle?
Oh, you want to pull your grizzle? I can go get your
Yeah.
grizzle. He's still up in the last room. So let me bring him down.
Grizzle sounds like a euphemism.
Shush.
Right. There you go. There he is. You can still
There
move
we-
him. I think. Yeah.
I have to turn the select button. I have to still be able to select him first. So let's see. Pretty sure that is. Yep. And yep. All right. I'm gonna pop him out literally as far away from her as she's possibly able to do so.
Yep.
And let's see that dexterity saving throw from this giant spider.
Okay,
I'm
so he
feeling
has
that's
to
probably
do a
fine.
dex saving throw. Okay. Coming up.
Yep.
Oh, and he makes it. So does he do half damage?
Yep. No damage.
No damage. Oh, so yes, the fire goes, but his little spidery legs, he does almost like a little spider dance, like the wave at a crowd, in a football match or a football game. And as little Grizzle goes to go a spray of fire to catch him, the spider just kind of hops over it like it's a jump rope. You guys are actually a little bit impressed. Okay.
Bonus action.
Yeah, go
Gonna
ahead.
spit at it.
Oh, sure.
19 hit.
That will definitely hit.
Awesome. Oh wow, that's a really good roll. 7.
Excellent. So yeah, even though while he's in the middle of the air, Grizzle's like, "Oh, you're not going to get away from me that easy." So it goes ahead and does its little fire burst and manages to catch it on its legs that it's landing on, the 4 on the side that it was using to stabilize itself, and it goes ahead. Yeah, it takes 7 fire damage. So.
And I'm done.
All right. Very good. Next up is Clue, but you are in a web, so if you want to use your strength check to try to get out.
I assume that's a saving throw you want?
Let me just check. Oh, sorry. It's in the creature stats, not in the book. It says... hold on. Here we go. These are not... They put the attacks at the very bottom, and that's what I use the most. Like, I don't care about its spider climb, Like, give me its actions first, and then tell me its stats. Web... Ranged weapon attack. The target is restrained by webbing. As an action, the restrained target can make a strength check. It's a DC 12. Just a strength check. It's not a save.
Oh.
It's just
So
a
it's
check.
just... Okay.
Mhm.
Damn it.
You are just... Oh, it's all over you. It's especially now that your skin is so well exfoliated from the fish. You've really got like the experience of the web on your face. It's kind of distracting, and so you're not quite able to pull it all off. You just seem to get more caught up in it than getting out of it. So.
It just goes to like the rest of the team, just like, guys, help, please.
They're like, you're fine. There's a spider. Okay, Mara, it is your go. What do you want to do?
Okay. All right, where's this spider? Could someone ping that for me again?
It's right big here. It should be. You should be able to see it. It's the big fucking thing in the middle. It's like the huge hairy. Yeah, that's it. Right there.
Oh yeah, you don't have dark vision.
I don't have dark vision. I can't see shit.
Yeah, you can get a little bit closer. Yeah, get closer. It's just a big
That's
spider.
that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna move to where Clue is. Oh, holy fuck!
I
Something got spider.
I forget that you can't see everything. I love the fact that each of you have different visions. That makes it so much more interesting. For, you know,
I was
did
like,
you
okay,
move up and then
I-
move back because you saw the spider? Okay.
I hadn't moved. And so now I moved.
I kind of thought what I thought happened because I looked down at the book and you went, "Oh fuck!" I thought you moved up to Clue, saw the spider, and then ran back.
No, that's not what I did. Not at all.
I would not blame you at all.
Oh god.
Well, I assume Grizzle's providing some illumination right now.
Yes, now. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna stay where I am, and I'm gonna use my javelins.
Let me see. I think I can give him. Oh, I guess I can't give him. I can give him dynamic lighting, but you guys wouldn't see it anyway, so I'll leave his lighting alone.
All right.
He'll be able to see really good.
Yes.
That doesn't help us. Okay, javelin.
Oh, sure.
Does that hit?
Oh, that definitely hits. Yeah, go ahead and do your damage.
7 piercing.
We seem to be
Excellent.
dealing it damage in sevens and sevens alone.
And 9s. Yeah.
I know, right?
All right, so your javelin goes flying through the air and manages to land not quite in the mouth, but next to it in a way that's sort of like you can sort of see the javelin tip going through the creature's maw. The bits of it that it uses to like suck the blood and stuff, and again you hear that high pitch, which is impossibly high noise that just kind of goes through your body, but lets you know you did some damage.
Ugh.
Sorry, I have to do math in my head really fast. Okay. Yes, excellent. Okay. Who's up next? Oh, is it me? I'm back to the giant spider. All right, so let's see if its web recharges, because it does get a chance for its web to recharge on the D6. Oh, look at that. It's got its web back. All right. So, Mara, now that you're closest and Clue is already taken care of, it's going to go ahead and do a ranged attack on you. 19?
Yes,
Yep,
that hits.
hits, of course. I should know that should hit, right? By the way,
Yeah.
can you guys...
Buddies.
Can you see my purple dice? Can everybody see my purple dice?
Yes.
Nope.
Oh,
Well- Huh?
okay. Because when I rolled, there's like purple dice for me, and I hear a dice noise because I put on the 3D dice. I wasn't sure if I was forcing everybody else to endure my dice rolls that way too. But yeah. So you are also now completely covered in spider web.
Oh.
That's Mara, not Hibara. Because it recharges on a 5 and a 6. And so it's gonna try to just, I think tactically it's just gonna try to take you guys out and then hang you up. That's what it likes to do. So it's just gonna hang out there. That's fine. It's cool where it is. Belvar, it's up to you. You're up.
What I
Okay.
get for attacking a spider.
Thalvar's gonna move up behind colleagues, use them as cover.
Hey, don't steal my
One way to
plan,
say it.
Belvar.
And it's going to use their last spell slot to retry the fiery chromatic orb. Oh!
Oh, and it just like it gets caught up in Mara's web hair and just like kind of just falls on the floor. And it's only there for a second, but yeah, it's just sad. It's unfortunate.
Like, we not hurt Mara? That'd be great.
She's like in the web going, "Can we not hurt Mara, please?"
Basically.
So while I'm here, can I attempt to maybe help one of them get out of the web?
Well, your action was the attack. If you had used your action to help them free them, it would take up a whole action to try to get them out of the web. So unless that was a bonus action, I think, but that's probably a full action spell.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, you can hide behind them. You can still use them as cover if you want.
Yeah, I'll use them as cover, and as I'm not hitting much out there in the dark at the moment, I think I will just attempt to help them get free next turn.
Okay. It is Hibara. It's up to you. Oh, yeah, it's your turn. You and Grizzle.
Hold
Kamara
tight,
motions to
friends.
Grizzle and says, "Time for the 1-2 punch." Oh, what is that? No, I didn't want to do that.
Oh, hey, I see your dice.
Okay, I looked in the settings and you
Yeah.
can turn that on,
Yeah.
and I wanted to know what that was like.
15 will hit for a firebolt, definitely.
And the bonus action with the flame seed.
And a 20 definitely hits.
So there's their damages.
All right, so you do a total of 10. Yeah, this thing now, I mean, basically, with the fire spell, you see the fire kind of engulf the spider body, and all the, the hairs that they have on their legs, you can just see the smoke coming off of them as they're singed completely off of the legs and the front of the spider. It's now a bald spider. It's got no hair left on its face. It's got a javelin sticking out of its jaw. It is looking very poor. It is looking like the least happy spider you've ever seen at this point.
Ha! No more claiming for you, spider.
Okay. So when the fire goes off, you can almost you see the legs sort of spasm in pain, and you hear it screech again, and then it runs off. It uses its movement. Let me see. You can go 30. This is hard to do. Is that 5?
You can push Q.
10.
If you pick up the thing and
I
push
basically
Q,
need to know that it gets out of your range, and it can with its 30. Basically, it looks for a hole in the wall where it is. It knows this cavern very well, and beats a retreat. The spider is gone.
Okay, start working on freeing Clue and Mara.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me strength checks.
so it's gone.
Can I do
Combat
my
check,
own
right?
strength check?
You can go over into the wall. Yes, you can roll your own strength checks. You'll have
Is it
to
a strength
move.
save or
Oh,
a
sorry.
regular?
It is a regular strength check. It's not a save, and you need a DC. Was it 10 or 12? Let me just check again here really quick. 12. You have to roll a 12 or higher. So yeah, you're able to pull yourself. Start working at the webbing and working yourself free, Mara. Hibara,
Just like,
yeah, sorry.
get me out of this.
Hibara, if you wanted to chase it, it would take you basically like 2 rounds or more to get to where you saw it leave, in which case it would already have a head start on you. So, I mean, you can go.
I mean, I have a 35 speed
Okay.
because I'm a wood elf.
Okay, so if you want to like, so is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you could basically get to. So it would still take you 2 rounds of combat essentially. So, into a darkened cave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, would you like to do that?
Yeah, actually, that seems. Go here, and then
Here is where you can get up to.
probably.
Yeah, the crevice is about in this area.
Then yeah,
Goes
you can
down
get to
there. Probably then would wind up being not the full move. Probably wind up being there.
Okay. All right, so we have to go off map and go theater of the mind in this. So because the spider is pretty large, the cavern itself, or the crevice, I should say, that it climbed into, you can go ahead and climb into it. It might be slightly more difficult terrain. And as you see into it, you see a slight turn. And so you're gonna at least have the passage in the next sort of 30 feet in front of you will be clear, and then like 5 feet at the extent of your movement, you see a bend So you can
Mm.
get there in one movement, or you can break it up however you'd like.
So basically, hole in the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Saw the spider go in.
Mm-hmm.
There's a turn up there, and I cannot see the spider.
Correct. So it goes a kind of like, it's a jaggedy, crevicey kind of opening. But it's large enough for the spider to get in, so clearly you can get in there. The thing is, though, once you can see that you can see about 30 feet ahead, and then, like I said, there's a sort of a turn where you can't see around the corner. So you could go up and move up closer, if you wanted to. You don't, you can break up your movement however you want. Since it's just no one else is in combat, we don't have to worry about turns right now. You can kind of do your movement how you want.
You said it was like looking pretty bad, right?
Oh yeah. It was you can actually smell the smoke from the spider hairs still.
This is like the third time she's murdered someone's beard, isn't it?
Well, that's, the hairy things, they tend to light on fire, so.
At least you know.
Oh, you broke up a bit. Or was that me breaking up?
No, that was
Okay.
That
was Alana, yeah.
All right. Come back to us, Alana. Alana, come back.
It's probably stupid, but nah, yeah. Let's chase after this. Let's chase after the spider.
Don't try it, bomb. We want the spider.
Okay, yeah. So, how far? So, in order to see around the bend, you can get. You can start to see. It's not a sharp bend. It's not like a hard left. In my mind, it's a left. It's more like a gentle curve, but it's one where, it's not just a straight line. So if you get up to about 10 feet before the bend, you think you'd be able to see something.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Are you just walking? Or are you trying to be stealthy?
No, not trying to be stealthy.
Okay. Yeah, you go then.
Not casually walking, but also not trying to be stealthy.
Okay, so it's slightly difficult terrain, so it slows you down a little bit, but you're able to, watch your footing. You're a druid, so you're kind of used to walking in nature and stuff. Yes, and as you get a better view around the corner, you see the spider huddled up in what looks like the back of a cave. Like it's about a cavern, so basically the crevice kind of dead ends into a slight opening. But it's not that big. The spider is kind of, it's not entirely filling the space. The space is a little bit bigger than the spider, but it basically, at this point, it has nowhere left to go.
So basically it's in its nest.
Yes.
Like literal nest.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna take a double shot with it again.
All right, go ahead and take your attacks.
This poor spider.
I mean,
That one probably missed.
All right, so that one does.
We're going to eat us.
Oh, is that a natural
That's
20?
a crit. Yep.
How do you want to do it?
Well, Ibarra's gonna shoot her firebolt, and it's gonna run wild, and then Crystal's gonna kind of in front of her because he's slightly shorter than her.
All
Make the
right.
kill shot.
Yeah, the firebolts go right into its eye and its mouth, in which the impact of the firebolt going into its mouth actually shoots out part of the javelin that's still in there. And its eyes, you can just see that the firebolt is sort of it's looking, it's got multiple eyes, it's looking at the firebolt as it sort of goes into its spidery brain. And you see the body just slowly lose all of its tension and its control, and it just slumps into a big, smoldering, spidery lump.
Nice. I mean, it's a giant spider, so I don't think there's anything normal loot-wise. But can I try and see if there's spider eggs or
So from the looks of
poison
it,
gland or something?
oh, okay. Looking around the cave itself, you don't see any particular spider eggs or sacs. Also, it seemed like there aren't any cocoons. It seemed to have kept all its food in the main chamber that you saw. This seems to be just sort of like a little crevice that it knows about, rather than it like you talk about it being a nest. It's kind of like a safe space. It's a place where it could hide if it needed to, but its main area of operation was where the people were, where the movement was, and so it tended to, it more lived in that area, and this was kind of like its escape area if it was worried about a predator that was bigger than itself.
It's panic room.
Yeah, it's a panic room. It's a spider panic room. I love that.
All right. So should I roll an investigation or survival to like harvest the giant spider corpse?
Yeah, you can go ahead and take the time, whatever time you want. It's going to be a super low roll because you've basically got a dead spider and you've got dark vision. So as a druid, you would know exactly what to look for, unless you roll a 1.
Or nature.
Or nature. Unless you roll a 1, you're going to be able to do it.
I'm gonna go with survival since that one's slightly higher than nature.
Okay. Oh yeah, you have no problem. I mean, it's a little bit difficult because of the weight, but you're able to kind of like drag it or push it to get at the bits you want, and you can extract whatever bits you find interesting.
What are the bits that are there? Let's see. What's in a spider?
Yeah, so this particular spider has... let me just check the stats on it. If it's got a poison bite. Yeah, it's got... so one of the sides of the mouth has got the javelin in it. That's pretty damaged. But it never actually bit anybody in the party. And it's been a while since it's bit... it's been basically... You got a poison sac on one side of its face that you, with that roll, you could, if you wanted to extract that out, you could certainly do that.
Definitely do it. Definitely getting in that poison sac.
Okay, and then also, it did do 2 shots of webbing, but if you wanted to go to the back of the spider where it shot its webbing, you could always, you will find it's about a quarter full of the kinds of liquid that it used to spin the web.
That might be useful too. We'll take that as well.
Okay. Then there are just, the regular bits if you wanted, any of the spider hair. Its back is not as burned. Well, on the front of it, remember your attacks were facing it. And so most of the damage was taken to the front part, but like the back legs are still hairy. It's mostly just the front of it that is completely denuded of spider fur.
No, I think we'll just take the poison sac, the web gland, and like one of its undamaged mandibles.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you can put that in your inventory. All right. Hey, you're back.
Finally.
Yeah, it's okay. We've just been we've been role-playing harvesting spider organs. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, in terms of the narrative, it's okay. In terms of character development, it's been fascinating insight into Hibara.
I mean, at this point, Chloe's still stuck in web.
Not yet. Did you not do any of your checks? Did you not do a check? Did Cludy not? Oh, you can go ahead and keep. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. You don't even have to do it yet. The 12, okay. You made it. You're absolutely fine. Yeah.
Guess we're gonna check on the 2 humanoid sacks up there.
The things we were sent to check on.
How high is this ceiling, by the way?
So, the 5 web cocoons are hanging down from the larger ceiling, and the bottoms of them are about 10 feet above the floor. So if you were to use something like a quarterstaff to kind of hook them, or in some way, like not like a piñata, but kind of. But 10 feet's not that much taller than some of you.
All right. Well, I guess I'm going to go ahead and attempt to get it down with my quarterstaff.
Okay, you can go ahead and just basically do an attack roll with a really low AC. And what was Thelvar going to do? Sorry, Elena?
Well, Thelvar being
an
like
attack
6'4", he can more or less reach up because of the extra 3 foot length from the reach, which are just about be able to reach up. So if he reaches up and jumps up, he can
Okay. Yeah, you're really far away again. Sorry, but you're so tall you could basically hop up. Yeah, so between you and Mara, you can also help with. There's 5 of them, so the faster you do it, the faster you can get it down. I'll give you if you make it a 5 or higher, you can knock them down, Mara.
Should I just roll a d6?
No. Roll a d20 like it's an attack roll, but it's
okay.
super easy. So as long as you get above a 5 or higher. No, use your quarterstaff. Use your bonuses and your proficiencies too.
Okay,
yeah,
that would work.
Yeah, you even with because of your there's where your bonuses come in handy. Yeah. All right. So, as you pull down the web cocoons, you find 3 of them are of giant rats, and one of them is whom you think is Constable Boot. He's completely desiccated. And he's wearing the Constable Boot, the male, the guy constable who was accompanying the woman who was the sergeant that you were searching for. So at least one of these is it's now a recovery mission, not a rescue mission, and the other corpse is a Cobalt Explorer, which you've seen before, and that even though the body is desiccated, there are a series of pouches and pockets on the Cobalt.
Ooh, can I investigate his pockets and pouches?
Yeah, go ahead and just do a basic investigation. Oof, yeah. So when you dig around, you find a vial, and it reminds you of the liquid you saw in that pit you had to get over. So it's a vial of acid. There is a flask of something you don't recognize. Somebody can also maybe make a check to see and help to see if you can figure out what it is. There's a vial that's yes, yeah. There's a third. So there's one vial of acid, a flask, and a vial of what says antitoxin on it. Thelvar, you recognize the flask as containing alchemist's fire. And then also when you guys check Boot, if you guys want to also, he's got some stuff on him. You see a flask, sorry, a flask of water with a holy symbol on it. So you assume that that's holy water. And you also see a potion bottle, which you guys would recognize as a potion of healing.
I'm snagging that potion of healing.
Okay. So, what was that? Cool.
Yeah. Specifically for Boot, can I have a quick check to guesstimate his time of death?
Yeah. You can go ahead and do either a survival or an investigation for that.
And
well, he left.
We'll do the same.
Okay. Yeah, no. You guys know he left yesterday, and it's not been 24 hours, so you're guessing less than that. You think it doesn't look. He doesn't. I mean, it's a little bit hard to tell with the desiccation as well. And the bodies don't. It doesn't look like he was killed immediately. I mean, he had to get down here. And so you figure they left. Let's say the constable and the sergeant left at 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And you guys started the rescue mission, let's say by 9:30, 10. You'd estimate from all of the walking, it's probably been about 24 hours now since, you'd think your internal clocks say it's maybe 1 or 2. There's a lot of walking and stuff, but it's not like this has taken you 3 days to be down here. His body is cold, so it's been a few hours at least.
So if it had been faster, maybe we could have saved him. Damn it.
Well, he's not warm. I mean, if the thing is that you guys would have, if they would have come and told you immediately when they didn't come back, but they didn't know that they weren't coming back until it was hours later, and by then it was night, and you guys were coming in the morning, and they weren't sure if they were dead, but so I wouldn't feel too bad. I mean, it's not your fault in this case.
Guess Clue's just gonna like put his hand on my shoulder. Guess you're gonna have to carry him back.
Mara just looks at him and goes, "You're lucky you gave me coffee."
Oh, why do you think I did it?
All right. Well, I would say that this would be a good place to stop. If you guys don't
Sounds
mind.
good.
No.
There is more cavern. Basically, there is an equal amount of cavern left
Okay.
from what you've done so far.
Fair enough.
And
Oh Lord.
so I've prepared the whole thing, but I prepared up to this point very well. And this will give me a little chance to set up for the stuff that happens at the end. So yeah, if you guys are okay, your characters can just sort of like sort through their stuff, and we will pick it up here. If you guys decided, I think you've done one short rest. If you wanted to do another short rest at this point, you can. Otherwise, we'll just pick up in the narrative exactly where we left off. Habara is gonna sort of come out of the
Come back to the group.
Yeah. Again, I don't think it's fair to roll ones. I know I'm a super generous DM, but I just think like on hit dice and ability
It's
checks.
fine. It's completely fine.
Okay. Yeah, that's my rule, because at least a 2 plus your advantage is something, but like a 1 is just so pointless. Also, we had a character in our session who had really bad rolls whenever he leveled up. He's a paladin, and he had a bunch of like 1s and 2s on his on his leveling up hit points, and I'm the buff character because he's so much weaker than me. And so, so I'm really hypersensitive to like 1s, because I think in the long term they're really detrimental. And it's probability, but I mean the difference between a 1 and a 2 isn't so big that it's like cheating, in my opinion. Yeah. So, I hope you guys are enjoying your dungeon crawl so far. You're doing very well. You're still alive.
Yeah.
We need to learn to go to traps a bit slower, but
yeah. The other thing I would say is that here's an option I will give you, because again, you're about halfway through now. Hibara just found this cool little cavern area. Okay, yeah, it's got a dead smoldering spider in it, but it's completely like, if you're in there, 1, there are no other entrances, and 2, you would be very well warned if anyone tried to come in. So if you guys wanted to do a long rest while you were here,
Yeah, sounds good. I'll get my spell slots back.
yeah. So the
spell slots are good.
yeah. So I think 1 long rest in the middle of this is entirely fair.
So basically, they do all of the stuff with the corpses, and I'm like, oops, everyone's dead. And then Hibara comes out of the wall. I was like, hey guys, guess what?
Yeah, basically.
Spider's dead.
She's like a white blood cell.
Pretty much.
I found this awesome
Like,
cave where we could
baby.
sleep. It's perfect if you don't mind the smell of smoldering burnt spider.
Just
Yeah,
ignore the
burnt.
giant, slightly burned spider corpse. It's fine.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead and put everything up to full. Your spell slots, your hit points, your hit dice. You guys have, rations on you, I assume. And
That's a good question. Does
Yeah.
everyone have food?
Clean.
Yeah, I've got 10 rations on me.
Mm-hmm.
oh, exciting!
Okay.
rations. Cool. Yes, because it's good berry, but
Yeah, exactly.
And
I mean,
like
that's how that's how Hibara lives.
Yes.
She doesn't eat
I
food.
mean-
She eats good berries.
I mean, I'm a wanderer, so even if I don't have food, I can find it very easily.
I mean, I
Or up
don't
to
know
5 other
if
people.
I don't know if that tracks in like a cave, though.
It
Definitely
doesn't
not
say
like
I
kind
can't.
Well, I mean, there are rats.
One.
Yeah,
Right?
freshly desiccated rats.
There's a giant dead spider in that hole over there. So, like, that's food for someone.
Spider.
Yeah, I will say that you guys, with the body of Boot, that you sort of like set him aside, very respectfully, as well as the Cobalt, in a corner right now, and just sort of make a note of where you are along in your path. Like you're kind of like figuring, okay, it was after the acid pit that we did this. We closed up the acid pit trap, and in the next room was where those were. So when you come back out, you'll be able to report that back. You won't actually have to take his corpse out.
Don't we have a bag of holding?
If you want to put him in the bag of holding, you certainly can. It does fit one humanoid creature, and he doesn't have to breathe, so it's no problem that the breathing only lasts for 10
they both
minutes.
don't have to breathe, and I'm super strong, so...
I mean, is he even a creature at this point? Is a dead body a creature? That's the question.
He's still got dead weight. He's still got mass and everything. He's still a creature size, so I think he is a former creature, but still constitutes a creature for the purposes of a bag of holding restrictions. So that would be my call. Yes. So just a little bit. Assuming everybody lives through this, which you guys, I'm pretty sure you will. I'm not setting it up to kill you. Then when we get to you will become officially a franchise, and you will attain the rank 1 of a franchise. And so not in this section, but the session after, I'll give you some preparatory materials, because each of you are going to be able to choose a company position. And the benefit of a company position is you get extra proficiencies, and you get these special little toys. Because remember, all of these toys that you have right now they expire after 3 more days. But the thing is that the toys you get, or not toys, but the artifacts or whatever bonuses, as your business level increases, the buffs on them, the things you can do with them get better too. And rather than dump all that stuff on you, like in one session, I thought it would be better if, like, maybe not this week, but next week, to give you information so you guys can decide which roles might suit your character best. And then we can take that forward. So that by the time you're talking to Jarvis again, you'll have at least 2 or 3 roles that you think you would like to, based on the skill proficiency bonuses, or like at rank 4, I really want this toy, kind of thing.
Yeah, well, I think we've already decided that for respectability's sake, Stelvar's going to be the public face of the company. So
okay, someone's the decisionist. Okay.
Well, it would be a better idea.
Is that what that's called?
Doesn't go
Can be the
crazy.
lead of PR.
Okay. Well, like I said, I'll give you the roles and have a look, and people can pick 1 or 2, just in case 2 people decide they want the same one. You can pick an alternative one or whatever else. So, but okay. Yeah, this is super, super fun. I'm gonna end we can like talk off air, but I'll end the recording. So come back next week, everybody, to find out if our heroes can make it out of the caverns, and if they are able to find out the source of the magical earthquake. Next week, Sunday, here on D&D with Kristi, Dragon Heist / Acquisitions Incorporated. So until then, goodbye from me and goodbye from the party. Sorry, I just saw Rhetoric and Discourse is in the chat and has had some really sweet things to say. Everything is fine, trust Kristi. Mummies killed Blue, be careful. Zombies did chuckle. That is a headcanon now. Kick his ass. Nice job, Mara. Good job, everyone. See you next time. So thank you, R&D, for the love in the chat. It is very much appreciated. So yes, until next time, goodbye from me and goodbye from the party. Say goodbye, party.
Goodbye, party.
Hey, they did the bit.